I was like, I forgot something. I forgot to push up the levels on our mics. At least we didn't talk before.
You did hit record, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's rad.
He's good.
The next like 7 shows are all going to start with us going, you didn't record, right?
It feels like it's been a while.
Because I saw somebody in chat mention that like they were cracking up at the last time we tried to do it, and you didn't record like 10 minutes.
Wait, follow up. Is the stream up?
Yeah, the stream is up.
Oh,
no,
okay.
what happens is the stream...
Is it live though? Is this a live stream or is it pre-recorded?
It is technically pre-recorded. It is technically pre-recorded.
It's being recorded right now,
Like-
and the bits take time to go through that cable,
No.
through the internet hole.
What
and
I
then
mean
to
by
you guys.
what I mean by pre-recorded is like that question has now been recorded.
Oh right, yeah.
So, okay, at some point it becomes pre-recorded when it goes into a VOD,
Yeah,
right?
it's just like check your ping, check your ping, and then that's the amount of milliseconds it's been pre-recorded by.
It feels like a while since we've. Oh, this one's getting awful close to the edge, dude. It's been a while since I feel like we've been in the show, but lots of stuff happening. So unfortunately, the show suffers. But the show also must go on eventually. And it's funny because now that I'm
The 1 year later hiatus that we did.
It's like the Rocket League, like it freezes mid-match and everything catches up with itself.
yeah, it speeds up real fast.
Yeah.
And it's all
so-
janky as we catch up too, which is exactly like how we're doing it.
Yeah.
It's funny because now that I'm live streaming again at home, that my rig's home and working and stuff.
You finally built a computer for
Yeah.
gaming at home.
Yeah,
You finally
but
brought a computer home, too.
I finally brought one I built home. That's
Yes.
the difference.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
No, right now while adjusting the mic, it's like I really need to. I have another one of these frameworks here in the
Yeah.
box still that I need to bring home because my mic stand at home sucks. When I touch the mic, it's like. So I'm just like I owe it to my viewers who watch my Twitch to probably bring my frameworks arm home. Honestly. Anyway, it's Friday, and that means it's RTFM show. If you don't know what RTFM means, it means read the freaking manual. I was gonna do my sensor beep, and I forgot this isn't my Go XLR, so I don't have a beep
You
on
can
this
use the
one.
fart.
But it doesn't mute me. Okay, wait. Read the manual.
Annual.
Annual.
I like how you muted yourself and you still didn't say the word either. So it doesn't.
me, you still hear me through your mics really far away.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Wait, let's see how it works. Read the fucking manual. See, it doesn't work. See, it doesn't.
It sounded like it worked to me.
I heard me in the headphones, therefore Chad heard it too.
I heard the
How do you know you didn't hear you through your own brain?
Yeah.
Let's hope that the algorithm didn't. The fart was enough, right?
Jan Stromback says, Phil, was the air cooler enough? For stock settings, yes. But the
Asus is normally
no.
like turn it to 11 out of the box.
Yeah, and we didn't think I didn't think the Gigabyte board would do the same, but oh my god, it was like Jay was like, it's throttling its intervention. I was like, oh, it's pulling 310 watts? What? And I look in the settings, and then Gigabyte's just like, send it, you'll know. And I'm like, no, can we like,
Well, I said
keep this?
Asus. Yeah, Gigabyte. Gigabyte tends to push a little hard on voltage.
Yeah, I mean, like I was telling you earlier, when it was rendering, it was pushing 5.7.
All core.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5.7 all core, which is an overclock because
I think 5.4 is the all core.
Yeah, I think 5.4 is the all core. Yeah, and it was just like no, you're getting the full turbo all core and everything. So
Chad said we heard it.
dang, I really thought. Oh well.
I saw in chat in the pre-chat before the show started, someone asking what these drinks are. So these are 2 different Glyph whiskeys that were actually sent to me by a local viewer. I did some stuff with him on the side, like getting a system running for him and BIOS update and all that stuff. So this was his surprise. I didn't know this was coming. So we have 2 different Glyphs here. Now he knows I like bourbons and whiskeys.
That one says spice, and then this
And
one
that already has my interest intrigued. So it's provocative spirits for curious minds, small batch, hand bottled, Glyph Spice, proudly made by Endless West. Tradition is born from rebellion.
What if I want a curious spirit for a provocative mind?
So this is a spirit whiskey. What I like is on the back, it gives you like a notes chart. So baking spice, it's 3.5 out of 4. Caramel is 3 out of 4. Oak is 2, and fruit is 1. So this is going to definitely be a more smoky.
That one has like
Smoke them.
All of the spirit, none of the rules. We never shied away from doing things differently. So glyphspirits.com. They're not a sponsor or anything. So if you guys are wondering, it's a California distillery.
My tasting notes.
Oh yeah, I still love the bottles. Made and bottled by Endless West, San Francisco, California, USA, Earth, Milky Way, known universe.
Yeah. Just in case. Just in
the
case you
human
didn't
known
know.
universe.
Hand me that one. And then the notes in this one, as you can see, it's like visibly brighter or more clear. This one has a smoke of 1 of 4, sherry 3 of 4, so it's obviously aged in sherry barrels as well.
I agree with Mad McRae. Open them already.
I will. Spice is 2.5, and then vanilla is 3.5.
I think I might like that one more, but we'll see.
Hey, Jay, somebody from Kentucky says, stop by my bourbon bar.
I'll be on the next plane. You gotta understand. I went on a cruise in February with my wife, just my wife and I.
Actually, yeah.
I drank so much whiskey and bourbon. I did all the tastings. I tried all the stuff. I also had a shot of bourbon that was so expensive. I got to take a picture with the bottle. That was like a side perk. And it's actually
it's as old as me.
For the true whiskey, it's actually a whiskey, not a bourbon. But for the actual whiskey connoisseurs out there, it's a Gilmore 35. So there you know, or Galmore 35. So you can look that up. I think the cheapest bottle I could find was $7,000, and I'm like, I don't like it that much. And I actually told some of my closest friends and family because they're always like, if they know I like something, I don't tend to go and buy myself whiskey. I really don't. But friends buy it for me. My close friends and family will always like, oh, he said he likes such and such. Let's find a bottle of it. I told all of them, I don't care how much you love me. Don't buy me a bottle.
It's one of those gifts
of
that you're like, no.
Dalmore 35. I said Galmore. It's Dalmore 35.
Because there's like,
Don't buy me a bottle of it. Because the cheapest I found was $7,000. It's around $12,000. I'm like, that. I get that it's 35 years old and the flavor was amazing and the bottle presentation and the mirrors and the glass is really cool. It's not that cool. I feel like we should start with the darker one first.
I'm down.
Because then the sweet flavor of the other one will...
Thank you.
Will be sweeter, I guess. So
that's how sweetness works.
I shall offer the bottle first. A true host offers the drinks first. It's been a while since we had a drink on the show.
I know.
Are you just going right? Okay.
What?
You going right for it?
I'm not an alcoholic.
No, but you don't know if you like it yet. Oh. Although
it's alcohol.
Fair enough. The thing is, I've heard,
and it doesn't say.
I know
Jack
people
Daniels
have heard
on
me
it,
say I don't like rye, but the great thing about whiskey tasting and bourbon tasting is the fact that they don't tell you what it is, and they kind of give you a lot of the background and stuff.
It smells freaking good.
Oh wow! But I came across several ryes that I like. Whistle Pig is one of them, by the way. I poured it on my hand.
Cheers.
To RTFM. To reading the manuals. Okay, here we go.
To viewers like you.
Whoa, that's actually way smoother than I expected it to be, given the fact that it says spice.
Yeah.
2.5. No, it's not caramel, though. 3 out of 4 caramel.
Dude, this is good.
Ooh, dude, there's like layers, yeah.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of notes. I'm wondering what the fruit is. I can't tell.
Does it just say fruit?
It just says fruit. But you know what, though?
It's like
the caramel note is very obvious.
Yeah.
Damn, we should have got 2 cups because now we'll be mixing the flavors technically.
Is it? No, it's not banana.
I could get another set.
Could be banana. Yeah,
It's kind of banana-y, yeah.
Very banana-y. I don't want to cross the streams.
Banana and caramel kind of. I mean, ice cream sundae. I mean, ice cream banana split. Jeez, I can't even.
Wow, I've never heard of Glyph, and so far with that bottle right there, I'm very impressed with it.
It's pretty good.
Very impressed. I'm just sad the bottle doesn't make a thump like my. Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Wait, don't look at it. Just listen.
Nice.
Nice folly. Gracias, sir. You could have kept one.
Oh yeah, I should have. Whatever.
Oh.
All right. So this one is the definite. Is it hitting you?
I killed the rest of it in one sip, and
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the spice is spicing.
It's very spicy, but in a good way.
Yeah.
And this is not a drinking show, I promise. It's a lot of people were like, you don't drink anymore in the show, and
It's
Yeah,
optional.
that's not the point.
it's optional.
Yeah.
Some people will get mad when we do, but you know what? I can't make everyone happy.
It was mostly because I'm normally so introverted that like drinking just a little bit, loosens me up. Sorry.
I have a piece of advice for anyone. Instead of making everyone else happy or trying to, just do what makes you happy. And then let those that are also happy be happy with you. All right, moving on. This is the one that has the 3.5 of 4 vanilla. Wow, it is hitting me. Here you go.
Bookmark.
Wait, here we go.
Xbox clip this.
Here we go.
Nice.
Oh. Why is that one higher pitched? Oh, because there's more in the bottle.
Squeaking it.
No, there's more in the
Oh
bottle.
yeah.
Squeak, squeaky, squeak,
Get
squeaking.
$5 off instantly.
They should become a sponsor of the show because we're literally like glyphspirits.com.
Yeah.
There you go.
Make it.
Plus, I dig their art
Wait.
and stuff.
They're bottled.
Remember that one show I had the Mario fart board up? I lost like 100 subs that show. What, I had the fart board up?
Oh yeah. I have a toast for this one. To Lance Reddick, R.I.P. Dude. I'm so kind of bummed about that.
Wait. Fill me in. Hold on.
Lance Reddick is he's an actor that was.
He is the hotel manager from John Wick.
Oh,
John Wick,
yeah. The
Continental dude.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah.
Rip.
There we go.
Cheers.
To sweetness. Well, that one gets you in the nose. Woo.
That's so weird because it was the opposite for me. I don't get anything up here on that one. It's lemony. Oh, is it the sherry?
It's got to be the sherry. Hey, can you turn the air down? It's starting to.
Dude, Jay's. Usually it's me sweating on this show because I'm fat, but
But this is whiskey and I'm a
Yeah.
lightweight. We're gonna have to play some Rocket League before I go home.
oh god,
Because I have to make
Jay.
it. Look, in 2009 I had gastric bypass. Anyone that knows a gastric bypass patient gets drunk like that, I'll probably be sober by the end of the show anyway.
He basically has like a PCI 4 X16 slot straight to his liver for alcohol.
Straight to my bloodstream.
Yeah, straight to your bloodstream, to your brain. So yeah. So Jay gets drunk super fast.
My
but he
freaking
also-
kid texts me, "Have I gotten my allowance yet?" No. Text. See?
Oh my god.
No.
You should postpone it by another day at this point.
Every time you ask,
He
yeah.
asked, I'm
yeah.
extending the date.
No,
Actually, the response should be, "Is there dog poop outside right now?"
no, you should be like, well, you can get it now, but I have to charge you a early withdrawal fee. It's like a 401k.
Yeah, like I just responded with the proper response. Read it out loud.
Is there poop in the dog run? I can answer that for you. Yes,
Well, it's been raining. She can't pick it up when it's raining, but
that's true. But it's clear right now.
my daughter has a job. If she want, she says, "Yeah, I'll pick it up real quick." Okay.
So you should be like, yeah, cool, then I'll pay you real quick.
Yeah. No. So
Welcome to the world.
my daughter's about to be 14. Yeah, that little kid farting on me when she was 3, she's about to be 14. So those OGs that are still hanging around, my goodness, does that feel like a million years ago? Anyway,
Yup.
moving on. She has a job, and that job is you want your allowance. You will, if there's dishes in the sink, you'll make sure they're clean and put away. If there's trash overflowing in the kitchen, you will take it out to the cans outside. You'll take the cans outside on trash night. You will pick up the dog run or the dog poop for when the dogs are outside, and then you will take care of the dogs when they're inside. That's her job. And you know what? I'm not going to tell you guys what her allowance is, but I'm going to say it's higher than I think a 13-year-old should be earning. So the fact that she's always every Friday, "Did I get paid today?" And I have to be like, "Did you do your work?" I'll do it real quick.
Wait, she gets paid weekly? That's even better than all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every
Most
Friday.
jobs are bi-weekly.
I want to
right?
see the look of panic when it goes bi-weekly.
You should get her used to bi-weekly.
To be fair, my daughter is an amazing kid. She spends a lot of her allowance money on buying games and stuff for her friends. So she bet.
What?
It's hit me hard, huh?
Yeah, you ate.
Do I feel red? Am I red?
A little bit.
Okay.
He's asking the red-green colorblind guy. I don't know. You're white, dude.
Am I blue? Am I blue?
No, you're white. Which you can't tell.
I'm offended by that.
Dude, like your process.
Did you turn the air down? Because it is freaking hot
I
in
did.
here.
I
my
put
God.
cool.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Get the fan.
Thank you, Glyph. Thank you, Glyph, for your awesome
No,
gifts.
thank you, Charles. Charles, just say thank you, Charles.
That says
Glyph. Glyphed it.
Shit. Jay's throwing stuff. I'm scared.
Glyphed it and send it. Charles did.
Charles, help. Charles, we're going to die.
I'm taking both those bottles home. Actually, no, that should become the official RTFM drink right there.
It's really freaking good, man. I've never tried
Everyone in chat saying Jay is super red. If they're seeing on live stream,
Yeah.
I feel the air. That's amazing. Thanks. I feel
that.
like
Dude, my friend just texted me, dude, Jay is so red on stream.
I feel like a 13900K.
Yeah, your mind with the
I feel like a
default-
13900K on a box cooler right
Jay's
now.
the i9 with the
You
default.
like my laptop? As soon as I turn it on, it goes
So it's a
straight to
Jay looks like a
100
cherry
utilization.
tomato. Oh God, it's going down. Finally
funny.
catching one of these live. Welcome to the show. Actually, I want another one.
See, they knew it was live. Which one do you want?
I actually want the darker one.
I gotta hydrate.
That's what the monster's for.
He hands me the cup instead of he's just like, you pour
I
it.
need you to pour it. I might pour it on the sound.
On
This
the
thing.
sound thing.
This thing.
The sound thing. Introducing the new Rode sound thing.
Is Jay gonna drive home eventually? Not now.
Yeah, eventually. How much? Tell me what's up.
Stop.
Well done.
I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
Oops, sorry. My old project manager at my job was she was the Jameson Fairy.
Oh, yeah.
It's like it's basically like hey, can you get a drink? It's like you expect this much, and she'll pour you like that.
Well, that's
It's
the
like,
thing.
Well,
So-
now I'm gonna.
So
not
in
drive
December,
for-
so my family and my wife and my kids are like, I don't want to say Disney fanatics, but they're pretty big on Disney. Like our vacations are normally Disney, whether it be Disney Cruise or Disney World or whatever. And I truly don't care about your political opinion. Okay, they love Mickey Mouse, not the people running the freaking company. Okay, let's back off on that. But anyway, we'll end up at Disney cruises and stuff. But in December, when we went to Disney World, we were there for 12 days, 11 days. We became really good friends with the poolside bartender. And you know, if you go out there at a certain time and you're the only ones out there and the bartender's just chilling with you, you order a drink, you're going to get 2 shots of vodka.
Yeah.
Glug, 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 glug. It was the best.
And the instant stumbling down the stairs next scene. Just like,
No, here's how crazy how far that meme has made it. Even my daughter, my 13-year-old, 2 shots of vodka. Glug, 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 glug. It's like that meme has made it so far.
Honestly, I kind of want to try that drink though, the Lush Lagoon or whatever that she was making, because I mean, like that
The
looks
thing
like
is,
a
like
fun time.
vodka. Wow, this turned into freaking drunk talk. Anyway,
What were you gonna say? Drunk Schwet?
drunk show.
Oh,
Vodka and like fruit type drinks, they just blend well.
Yeah.
So you get to put a ton of vodka in it, and yeah, you'll get burned, but you're just like, oh, the fruity notes. and you
vodka's
just
a
keep
very
drinking it.
pure-ish. It's like a pure tone. It's like a flute versus electric guitar.
Does Disney have a 420 lounge? Could you imagine?
I don't know. Hey, if you find out, let me know.
Again, nobody knows how Jay would be on quote unquote edibles or marijuana because I don't smoke. I don't smoke
Yeah.
anything, cigarettes, vape, anything. So I don't know. But
I think, I don't know. It could go either way. Like either. You
by the
go-
way, it's perfectly legal in the state of California where this
Yeah.
show is residing from. So I just thought I would need to legally put that out there.
it's allowed for us.
And Colorado and a bunch of other
It's
states.
optional, just like your drinking is.
I feel like you would go even more ADHD, and like it would be impossible.
You think so?
It would,
So,
it would probably be impossible
as
to
somebody-
get Jay to like.
As
No, I
somebody
think
that
it'd be more-
realistically has been high once in his life, once.
And it was a bad. You didn't have fun, right? Like it was like a long time ago, right, or something like that. I forgot.
It
this
was in
story.
high school, and I went to wood shop, and I had to use saw blades, and I didn't that day, on purpose. Anyway,
Okay.
because my
Not
friend,
something
my
happening.
friend had to walk me to class because I was lost on campus. Okay. You met my friend. You met my friend Brian with the big beard, right?
yeah.
If you went to him and went, "Where's wood shop?" he would start cracking up because
Oh my
literally we were in the
God,
quad
that's
of the high
funny.
school, and I'm like in the middle of the quad like this.
Okay, so it just turns useless.
No, and then Brian walks up to me and goes, "Are you okay?" I went. Where's wood shop? And now he had the same period wood shop with me, and this is first period. It was first
So you guys are
period.
Just going. Oh my God!
Yeah.
First period.
First period. So he walked me to wood shop. Yeah. Anyway,
How was it first period and you were already that freaking blitzed?
because I was raised Mormon, and so I ditched seminary.
Oh my God! No, Jesus is.
Jay.
It depends which version of Jesus are we talking
right,
about,
right.
right? So anyway, yeah. So
That was a tangent. That's amazing.
wait. If I
got
had
1 year off for
this
that.
right, if we're going on religion that you're raised as, and I think we all practice something a little different today, but raised Catholic, raised Mormon, raised Seventh-day Adventist.
Yeah.
There we go. Nailed it.
Dude, we got a pretty. I did.
We
I
are
didn't-
balanced.
Yeah.
That is, we have checks and balances happening.
Define balance.
We're we're just like one of those like affirmative action posters. Like it's like every creed.
Celebrate
every
our different.
Oh my God!
Oh, man, I didn't make the song.
Yeah, we did.
I'm gonna call it technical on that. We should
I'm
probably
gonna take a
roll it
drink
back.
right now.
Yeah, take a drink. Jeez.
Okay,
the
that
record,
is
I have
good.
not had more, but
That
yeah.
is good. The dark one. I thought no. If I had to go based on the notes that are on the back, I thought it would have been reversed.
Yeah, I like the dark one too.
The dark one's the best for sure.
I'm a 85H fan.
Oh, you know why? You know why the light one felt hotter to me? Because look at the smoke. It has a smoke rating where the other one doesn't.
Oh. And then
yeah.
I smoked cigarettes for like half a decade. So that's probably why I didn't feel any in my nose. I'm like, dude, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't feel anything. Like I literally had zero like nose tingly. This one hit my nose a lot harder.
Chad is already saying, I love this show. I feel like I should just pace myself and tell my wife I'm going to be home later tonight. You know what I mean? Because normally at the end of the show. So here's what's different. One of the reasons why I stopped drinking on the show was not so much because of the complaints of people like sending me their like major alcohol stories, and I'm like, I get you, I get it. It was because my schedule at the gym with my personal trainer changed, where I'd go right from here to you uploading the show to BuzzFeed to go out to syndication. Buzzsprout, yeah. To Buzzsprout to our syndication, and then I would
turn into a listicle,
and then I would go right to the gym.
Yeah.
Now going right to the gym after drinking is not fun.
Well,
so that's why I had stopped. However, I went to the gym this morning.
Oh, so you're ready?
Yeah, define ready.
You're ready for a
You're
PR
ready,
right
yeah.
now. Let's go.
You're gonna hit that PB.
Wait, you ready?
A little bit. Just a little bit. Am I alone in this one?
Fine.
I'll join you.
It's like my Monday and Wednesday streams, by the way. I Twitch on stream. I stream on Twitch.
Well, you do that too, yeah. Is that good?
Yeah. No, a little bit. Come on.
What?
I'm not a kid. I'm just kidding.
I gave you like 1 milliliter more last time.
My grandma, when she was 3, would drink more than that. My grandma's German. So
Can you pass that, please?
I stream on twitch.tv/JayzTwoCents Mondays and Wednesdays at some time. Normally at 7.
J.tv/Twitch2cents.
We ever going to get an X3D review? For me personally, a quote-unquote review, no. You know why? There's a crap ton of reviews out there already on it. But I am going to give you a why I switched to AMD and how it's been since fixing my system. I'm filming that this weekend. So Phil already knows.
He said he's editing it too, which means I still get a weekend.
Yeah.
Well, until he calls him like, hey, how do I import this stuff?
And yet again, I will somehow get all the hate mail for it.
Because I always say,
called in somehow, like,
send your hate mail to nick@JayzTwoCents.com. It's NIC, by the way, not NICK.
He's gonna call you on the weekend, like, hey,
No.
dude, can you go to the studio and bring me the stuff I forgot?
What I'm gonna do, because I know there's probably a lot of hate mail at NICK@JayzTwoCents.com just stuck in the
switch it over?
I'm gonna create that account under the company domain.
Oh, and then
I'm gonna
redirect
redirect it to yours because I know you're missing out.
Yeah.
There's got to be more. There has to be.
Oh my god!
I love when people actually listen though, because they sent one to Nick at JayzTwoCents, but they addressed it to me. They're like, Phil, you son
Yeah.
of a.
So I just
was like,
forwarded that
hey,
to
they
Phil.
listen.
I was just like, wait, this is directed to Jay, but how come it's what?
Because Nick has gotten hate mail for something that I did. That like, and then they're just like, Nick, blah blah blah. This is the hate mail for that. I'm like,
My daughter texted me, "Yeah, I'll pick it up real quick," and then 10 minutes later, done. I responded, "Cool story, bro." And then she just read it right now. Now she's typing.
Is it an angry tech?
I don't know. We're gonna see. I said, "Cool story, bro." I know, right? I have the best stories ever. Okay.
you gotta read that with a little bit more sarcasm. Welcome to
Dead air. No, dead air.
Welcome to the.
Why are my glasses fogging?
No, it says DTF.
My
Stop
glasses
sweating.
are foggy. Jeez.
Because you're so hot.
Wait, does this look weird to the chat now? When I take them off, does this look weird? Because Phil said I've worn my glasses long enough to the point now to where
Oh yeah, that looks weird. Whoa. Yeah. It's just like what?
Wait,
Who is this
take
guy?
yours off?
No, I hate.
Put them back.
Yeah,
put
I
'em
hate
back.
how my face. It's like I feel like my face is just an oval with like a face on it, which I guess is
Okay, I'm putting them back on. We did have topics and stuff. We got a little derailed by Glyph. Dang, we already been streaming for 23 minutes.
Somebody
bad.
asked, why did you guys not use the anti-sag bracket that came with the torrent on Phil's editing rig? Because I wanted to print.
Because we got a
this,
cooler
yeah,
one.
we actually, yeah.
Printed that, and then that's my anti-sag bracket.
I think that made
I'll
the
post
cut.
it on Instagram so you guys can see it.
I'm pretty sure that was on the cutting room floor. Like we did show that, hey, that comes with the anti-sag bracket, but that
Yeah,
that
but we didn't use it, and then no, so that makes sense. His question made sense.
Why are they so?
You have to. Oh, did you use your shirt?
Yeah, they're all
your
smudged.
Shirts
They're
don't.
all smeared.
Yeah, you gotta get a microfiber, dude.
Damn it.
There's a.
Can you help me? Because I can't see through them and I can't see without them.
Yeah.
I can't see the chat.
And my iPad's in the way. Sorry, Nick.
My eyes are totally adjusted to the glasses
My
today.
iPad's in the way, dude. I can't get to the.
On the right. There you go. Thank you. Appreciate that. Nailed
Dude,
it.
even chat yelled at me. Put the glasses back.
I know. I'm wondering if
Yeah.
did chat respond to whether I look weird without them now?
Oh yeah. What do you guys think? They said keep the glasses on. Somebody said.
Do you want to hear a funny
Now
side
Jay
effect?
looks funny without glasses.
Do you want to hear a funny side effect?
Jay looks funny
look,
all the time. Doesn't matter.
So-
glasses.
I love patterns. Like, not like
I like turtles. Sorry.
I like turtles.
Sorry.
Oh no!
Now I'm
No, no.
feeling it.
I love patterns. Pattern recognition and stuff is fun because you can predict with pattern recognition, right? You understand patterns, you can predict.
General pattern.
Yes, pattern, not general pattern. That's wrong, general. Anyway, moving on. I have basically charted a difference in like ratio, subscriber count, and views since I started wearing my glasses. And it's all trended up. Maybe it's like oh, he's just some dickhead talking about computers and stuff. Like, oh no, now he looks like he knows what he's talking about. That's the only difference I think that's happened.
It changes from dickhead to smartass, but it's still one of them is still a compliment.
Without the glasses, your nose stands out. That's what noses do. They're the most
like
forward
Voldemort
point. Wait,
unless you're Filipino,
your chin is more forward than your nose. Yeah.
Filipinos, because God, when they were making Filipinos, he was like this with our faces, and then
I can't say that. If I say that, I'm gonna be Filipinophobe.
yeah.
Oh, I probably shouldn't laugh at it. My bad.
What, they'll stop begging for computer parts.
He can read now. Makes you look more intelligent. Yeah, it's an effect, okay? Not a fact. It's an effect, not a fact.
One anecdotal, actual piece of evidence, though, is that you haven't missed a single trash can shot since you got the
That's
glasses.
true. So we had this joke that our trash can, and by trash can I mean a 50 gallons, a big thing, right?
Like
the
an
big
industrial
trash
size,
can.
yeah.
Do you know how many times I would like hit the rim or have it like rim shot, bounce out?
Yeah. From standing in front of it. Like literally
Since
like
getting
right
my
in front of
glasses,
it.
I have missed one shot into the trash can, and it was so influential that I missed because my rating went so good that I literally screamed, "I missed the trash can!" And everyone was like, "What?"
Yeah.
Because we just assumed there's like an invisible barrier in our trash can that just like Shaq is sitting there just like swatting away anything that comes towards the trash can.
Not in this house.
Samira in chat
That's
says...
not Shaq, by the way.
Samira in chat says you're still a dickhead, though. But with a smiley.
I am the dickhead YouTube needs, not the one they deserve.
I saw
Actually, they deserve it
we
too.
should go back to dick hole because, like, I like that word. I'd never heard of it until I started working here.
Do you know the story about how that started?
Oh, it was your wife called you that, right?
No.
She made shirts.
No. So when I used to do Tech Talk,
She made the shirts.
yeah, she did. No, she made just me one.
I got one too.
Oh, okay. But what I hate is that the spacing on the letters, like one letter's farther away than the rest, so it's like a weird spacing. Anyway,
the chemming?
Yeah. So when I used to do Tech Talk with Jerry, like way back in the day, Jerry had a habit of right before the show goes live going, hold on, I got to go to the bathroom, and like run off and go to the bathroom. And I'm sitting here waiting. I'm like, okay, I'm waiting for Jerry. Jerry literally takes the longest shits you've ever seen. And it's like, no, and it's like, okay, we're anyway.
Well, we kind of axed that cussing.
No, I don't care. This show's a write-off.
Yeah.
Okay, this show's a write-off already.
Welcome to Jay's 2 cents after hours, guys.
No, you guys are getting what Jay is like not on camera. This is literally what it's like hanging. This is literally what it's like hanging out with me in person.
This is why I can't.
That word is hard to say sober. Okay. Anyway,
like I could give Dai Yoshihara a pass for not being able to say that word, but
I can't comment.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. So right before the show, and I got tired of being called out for being late on Tech Talk because Jerry had to go take a last minute dump. So I just started the show without him one day. And he comes walking back in, and now he didn't know we were live. So of course he's like, you're the biggest crap ever, blah, blah, blah. He's like just talking like Jerry.
As if it's just you.
He sits down, he puts his headphones on, like, wait, are we live? I'm like, yeah, we've been live for like 5 minutes. He's like, oh my God, you're such a dickhole. He's like, hashtag Jay's a dickhole. And then he got it trending on Twitter.
That's funny.
And that's like where it originated from, because I started the show without him. I just got tired of, I was taking the flack for us being late when I was constantly like, okay, I think we started at like 4 p.m.
It's a common thread because you started the show without this.
I know. And it's like 3:59. He's like, hold on, I gotta go take a dump. And it's like, ugh.
I like how the table's turned now and that people are expecting you to be late, so it's okay if you show up on time.
People are expecting me to be late because just about every tech podcast in the history of tech podcasts has been late.
Yeah, like why is that?
Because who has more technical problems than a tech channel?
Yeah.
Tech channels have the most tech problems, I swear. Since we like to overcomplicate stuff. By the way, people in chat saying it's a Glyph bourbon. I'm pretty sure these are whiskeys and not bourbons. I like how you guys immediately
instantly.
I like that. What else can I wave and make it happen?
Making happen?
Make it happen. Money. Nope, didn't work. Wait, can I run an ad? Hold on.
Oh my God.
I won't do that. There is a
Expecto advertisement.
Expecto advotism.
This one
No,
says
no,
it's a
I can't talk
whiskey.
about playing the wizard game because apparently
you got canceled
I
for
can't.
the wizard
I'm
game.
so canceled right now.
Dude, I'm on my second playthrough, and I use the save game editor to just give me all the spells immediately. It's
I'm at.
freaking funny.
I think I'm only at like level 10 or whatever. I'm enjoying it though.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it because it's such a casual like single player gameplay.
Yeah, it's been a while since. It's probably been since like Fallen Order since we've had like a dope story
Yeah,
single player.
that's
game.
true.
Yeah.
My daughter has been playing it a lot
Fallen
too.
Order, Cyberpunk, like yeah, that was the last like
Ooh.
what?
Yo,
Oh,
the Cyberpunk DLC should be coming out soon.
oh yeah,
Is it a campaign extension?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How?
Yeah, you become-
How can you extend that story?
you become the president. I think. Of
No, no,
the
no.
new
Oh,
United
so it's a different perspective.
Yeah, no, I think so. I don't know yet.
No,
I
no,
saw a
it's still
trailer
you.
for
It's
it.
still V.
It's still V.
But yeah, they ended up yeah.
It's like Phantom
But
Liberty or
wait.
something like that.
So they have to pick one ending that's gonna be canon because
I was like
and then,
giving
yeah.
without.
don't
I think
think-
we're
I don't-
past. I think we're past the statutes of
I think it's
limitation.
gonna go in
Cyberpunk
between.
spoilers coming up. If you guys don't want to hear, come here. Anyway, okay. So what?
I'm trying to figure out how you can extend that story.
No. I think they're gonna fill it in between beginning and middle of the or end of the game. Like it's an
That's
extra
what
quest.
anything is between the beginning and the end.
No.
Like
you
everything
have
is
to-
everything exists between the beginning and the
That's
end.
how
bruh.
plot works, bro.
I think you have to start a new game to get to that point.
That
to do
doesn't
the
make
DLC.
any sense though, because
No,
like,
I don't wanna play through it.
The story of the DLC is like it. No, I thought it was. I for sure thought it was after. Hey,
I do
chat.
not want to play through that again to get to that point.
Hey, chat.
I wouldn't mind it because they redid like all the stats and everything.
So who cares about stats?
I do because they don't have New
Was
Game
it
Plus.
Phantom
Liberty.
Menace?
Phantom Menace.
Cyberpunk,
Wow.
Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones, Tokyo Drift.
We're gonna die.
You still got the eddies? You saw a choom.
I guess it's called Phantom Liberty. Liberty based on chat.
Okay, I want to look it up because I want to see what the
Jay just unlocked his brain. Hell no. If I was to
relocked it.
I was to able to be like, wait,
I was able to be.
if I was able to unlock another 0.5% of my brain, that would be cool.
Jay's talking.
I'm totally
so
tripped
drunk.
out by your cover because it's just holding its position. I didn't realize that was a.
Jay's so talking so loudly drunk that I'm like I have to zoom in to read this text because I can't hear because I can't think in my brain.
Does it make the text louder if you zoom
Yeah,
in big?
yeah, it's like when you know when you're lost and you turn the radio down.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it
No,
makes the
that's a
street
man trait.
Yeah,
I actually researched that.
You turn the radio down so the street signs
No,
get
I
louder.
researched that because I was curious one day. I wondered, like, when I'm lost, why do I turn the radio down? How is the music attributing to my being lost?
I mean, it's just attention. It's just there's less distraction.
No, but my point is, I actually found an article. I can't remember who wrote it, but it was like some medical journal thing that actually documented the fact that men have an inability to like differentiate sounds and distractions when it comes to like thinking. So, for instance, that's why a man, when they're lost, will turn the radio down to be like, "Where am I?" It's like
Yeah.
because that music was somehow making you lost. I think that's just ADD, by the way.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
But anyway, in my medical expertise,
Which is 0.
exactly, which is why it's the most believable.
Yeah.
Because if the internet can come at me with 0 expertise in anything, I can come back at them with 0% expertise in anything.
That's fair.
Yeah, it takes place after, and it takes place in a new area of Pacifica that they're gonna unlock, and you play as V.
So okay.
I don't understand how are they going to.
So it's probably going to be the star ending.
I guess it's going to be a lot like
It
the.
becomes
No,
canon.
they just pick a canon. It's like Mass Effect, where you have to the studio has to pick a canon ending, obviously,
Yeah.
because for an expansion to happen.
Right.
But
Because there's multiple endings.
But
Yeah.
all your endings, whatever you get, is yours. But the canon one is probably obviously V survives.
So
So it's probably the Aldecaldos one then, because V survives that one.
Yeah, the star ending.
Or you go up to the space station and then say no to being uploaded, and then they drop you back off.
that's what I said.
Yeah. I mean, I did every ending, but yeah.
I had something very profound I was going to say, and I forgot.
Nice. It was like when I was so
hate that.
Jay's talking in cursive.
It's like when you figured out the meaning of the universe and forgot
I was
it.
gonna say that, yeah, when I was so faded that I figured out the entire universe and then I forgot it. In between the time that I figured it out and I wanted to write
It's
it
like
down.
God went, check this out.
Yeah.
I'm about to.
He let me smell the apple, but he didn't even let me take a bite. He was just
Oh,
like,
wow.
hey, watch this. Yeah, okay, cool. So,
Our concurrent viewers have actually gone down. Oh, it just went back up. Never mind. You saw that. Did you
keep
see
saying
it?
that. Hey, our viewers keep going down.
No, did you see it change?
Yeah.
Okay. It wasn't just me, right? All right, because I'm like the more they go down, the more I'm like we're only left with the best audience.
That's been the theme today of like Jay saying something and then immediate opposite of it happening.
Like we were playing Rocket League. I'm like, oh, at least they played the entire match and didn't like,
Forfeit.
Phil and I are decent Rocket League players. We're not like grand champs or whatever, but we're good. We're above average.
Yeah.
We do like to have alternate accounts where we'll go and just basically dunk on people.
Hey, honestly, you know what? I've owned the game since release, and so
I've also paid for the game.
Yeah, and the moment they made it free to play, I was like, hey, I can make a free to play account.
I also have paid. I also have 2 accounts. One is paid.
Let's just say Plat's a lot more fun than trying to get out of Diamond into
Plat's
Champ.
fun because I can have I can have a phone
You
call.
just send it and you'll
I can have a phone call and still score and like not be thinking about the game and not communicate with you. And we're still like dunking on people.
Unless you're me and Natty Platt.
You are a Natty Platt.
Yeah, Nick is actually our natty Plat.
I'm the control.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he's the control.
He's the control. Yes, there has to be a balance to the system.
I think that's why like when we do threes, you always get so frustrated because I think you expect Nick to be playing us at my level, and it's like no, Nick doesn't.
I am pure Platt.
You gotta just like let him do his thing and then see what happens.
I texted Brian 10 minutes ago. I said, I'm buzzed on feed. He goes, oh, I know. LOL. Peace be with you, Gastro brother.
The core audience is reporting in right now. They're like, we're here. We love it here.
The core audience is why I'm here, not the
Yep.
general audience. The core audience is the reason why we do this show. Because remember, the show for a long time stopped because we algorithmically, I don't know if that's a word, algorithmically,
Yeah, that is a word. Yeah.
we're punished for doing the show. I get the most unsubs during the show because I'm not pandering and people get mad about that. So people are like, oh, screw this guy and they'll unsub. But that's fine. I'm okay with it because of the fact that we enjoy doing the show. We enjoy hanging out and just stuff. But we enjoy hanging out and just stuff. I heard myself say that.
Imagine editing this.
I kind of...
That's like.
Just like a supercut.
I get to edit it on
Yeah,
Sunday.
you're right.
No.
Dude, honestly though, whenever I'm hosting a video, like I make so many mistakes. I'm just like editing Phil, whatever you already know.
Not as easy as it looks, right?
No, it's so hard.
What's
dude.
also not easy is reaching the bottle. I want one more. Give me a 2-finger pour, and then I'll be good to be. I'll be sober in an hour.
1, 2.
2. Give me like 5 lines of that cup.
Dude, I can't count.
Okay, my
I'm the
bad.
only Asian that sucks at math.
Are you having some? Or are you good?
I'm good.
I got disowned because I can't.
I have my monster. I'm good.
1, 2.
That's good. That's good. Whatever my lines I don't care.
Actually,
That's
no,
fine.
that's exactly 5.
I don't know. I just was like, that looks about right. I'll sip on that. Why would you unsub when watching a stream? Doesn't make sense. Because someone will say something they don't like, and they're like, "Oh, I don't like this guy anymore." I mean, it makes sense. I've never questioned why someone would unsub.
Yeah, I mean, you can just be over somebody immediately.
Imagine sending a survey, like an exit survey. Like, why are you unsubbing?
No. Do you know that
That would
was
be kind of
No,
interesting.
that was one of my suggestions to YouTube. So as a partnered channel and one of the higher up, I don't want to say higher up,
Yeah.
but as one of the channels that like YouTube reaches out to and like, hey, we want your opinion. I don't mean like the general survey, but like a person at YouTube email me and be like, hey, we want your opinion. I said that once back in the day. I was like, I would love it if when someone unsubbed from a channel, they were given a drop down of like 10 reasons. Not interested anymore, subbed by accident, because sometimes you'll accidentally click sub, whatever. Because I think as a content creator, that feedback is important.
Yeah.
Right? No
Because
longer
they-
interested, whatever the 10, 8, 5 top reasons are. And then if I could just see a tally of like, this is how many of those people clicked, it gives me insight. That's all I'm looking for is insight. I'm not interested in an individual person's reason for unsubbing. I can't be. There's too many people. I'm not
You
interested.
just want to see the general.
Right.
like,
When someone goes
why,
on Twitter or writes me an email that tells me some big old long vagina monologue about why they're unsubbing, I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in that individual opinion because individual opinions, when there's 3.9 million subs, they don't carry a lot of weight.
Yeah.
But if a lot of people carry that same opinion, that carries more weight.
like
So
the
if I
law of
could just
averages.
see, if I could just see a category. If I could see why
Calgary.
Category.
It's 2 syllables.
category. That's 4.
No, Calgary.
Oh, Calgary. Yeah, that's the
They get all mad when you
Flames.
say
They suck
Calgary.
this year. The Calgary Flames are terrible. Anyway, moving on.
Calgary.
If I could see like a chart that just showed, right, a reason why people were unsubbing.
That's a stupid chart that you just. Sorry.
It makes sense in my head.
Like,
What's this minority?
Look, I watch a lot of Vice Grip Garage, okay?
Is this Minority Report? I don't see what you're. I don't see what you're seeing.
I saw what data I was seeing in my head here, okay?
I just imagine bars going in different directions. That doesn't tell you anything.
Hockey fans will get this. Holding, tripping. Anyway.
Oh my god.
So, no, I just think that information as a whole would be important. So, if one person's like, I'm unsubbing because, I don't know what. So there's
Jay wears glasses now. That's why I'm unsubbing.
See, that's a personal opinion that literally I could do nothing about.
That doesn't. Yeah.
So
He
it's like,
doesn't shoot
okay,
out of his
it's like,
garage
okay,
anymore.
what would I rather have? You as a sub, being able to see.
No, or were you looking for like an actual reason that somebody would have said? Like probably like videos are too long or videos
No,
are too short. Or
I was
whatever.
able to give feedback of like, I'd like to see the reasons people unsub, but if they were like, okay, what's the top 5 reasons you think we should put as a reason? I'm like, I don't know. Because you know what? I don't unsub to channels. I'm only subbed to like 15 channels, period.
Yeah.
And they're not tech, by the
Well,
way.
and I was gonna say because they already have a system like this for the recommendations. When you say I don't like this video, it asks you why, and then it gives you a few options or an other where you can type in exactly why.
Steven Adams said, I knew the VGG reference once he moved his hands like
Yeah,
that.
the radiator.
The sparkulators.
The thing is, I've always done that.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm like, oh, he does it too.
Yeah, we love Derek. Derek's awesome.
Derek is the best. Derek is like,
I'm unsubbing because Jay's manly physique intimidates me.
I know, I'm not man. I definitely live the kind of fit, kind of fat lifestyle. Okay.
We need to get a sponsorship from the game.
Kinda fit, kinda fat.
We love you guys. We want some stuff.
It depends on which day it is, of whether I'm fit or fat.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's both.
Yeah, like today we all got bread on our sandwich.
Like, you know what I had as a dessert last night? My wife bought me actual whiskey ice cream. Ooh. And do you know what? It has pecans in it. Ooh. And it is really good.
Pecans or pecans? Or pecans?
Pecans.
Pecans?
You say
Pecans.
beta
We
or
got that
beta?
pecan.
Pecans.
We got that pecan.
Wait, is there?
pie.
What's the right way to say that?
Is it data or
it's
data?
Yeah, I think it's one of those words.
Is
where
it
it's both.
GIF or GIF?
Hey, chat, is it pecan or pecan? Or pecan?
Can you
What does
keep-
that say?
I don't know. You wrote it.
It looks like chinos. Oh, chimes.
Wow.
That's okay. You guys just got a lesson in ADD. Okay.
Attention deficit hyperactivity drunkenness.
ADHD. ADA. Wait.
Wow.
ADADA.
You guys broke
Attention
Jay.
deficit hyperactive drunk disorder.
Isn't that
Where-
DD?
Oh, DD. You're right.
Where's the H?
Hyperactive.
Jay can't
No,
even.
but you said DD.
What's the name of him?
Charles.
Thank you, Charles, for this wonderful gift of alcohol.
Today's podcast brought to you by
Yeah,
Charles.
Charles. Not even Cliff, just Charles.
Thank you, Charles.
Give her just, like,
Michael
look it
in
up.
chat says, Jay, is this a special hangout chat tonight, or can we ask a tech question, specifically a case question you built in research? Go for it. We had some topics, but I think, what time is it? 2:42. Holy crap. The cool thing about alcohol is it's like time fast forward.
I think you said 78% of every word, and that's it.
That's like
Wait.
sleep is just a time travel to breakfast.
You go to alcohol, the time travel.
Do you want to know what the truth is right now?
What?
I feel great.
Yeah, I figured. Because I'm starting to feel it now, which means you're probably going to start to not feel it in this bit.
I felt it after the first sip. Anyway, Michael, ask your question. This is not my Twitch chat. You're allowed to ask questions here. Apparently we're not in Linus. We haven't forgotten our YouTube roots.
Oh god.
I'm not. All I'm saying is someone said that in chat. I don't know. I don't watch Wancho.
Get
so.
Nick more involved. He's super
Hey,
excluded.
Fritz,
He's
it's-
just not tired.
yeah.
He's not quiet, dude.
Fritz,
In fact, I wish Nick would shut up. He's talking more than he ever does.
Can you shut up?
Where's the gun? No.
Jay's a dickhole. Jay's a dickhole.
Oh my gosh.
Do it.
I have
Okay.
the talking gun.
The children I work with.
It's not.
I feel threatened.
Why is there tape stuff? Oh, when we said
It's not that I'm not involved. It's just that I don't speak a lot. I use few words.
Nick's a very quiet person. That's true. What are you doing? You know, for the audio listeners are gonna hear, what are you doing? For those that are just listening to the audio replay, he took the bottle of whiskey and hit me in the helmet with it because I put on a hard hat. See, look at the XDM Studios. Best episode ever. We don't need topics anymore. We just need alcohol for now. Oh, yeah, there's a big old piece of tape on it.
Somebody asked if we have any recommendations for a Windows key that doesn't cost $175.
Your friends.
Yeah, borrow your friends and just call and say you've only installed it one time.
Yeah, if you do the activation over phone and then disable your internet, then you can call the toll-free number and then go through the options.
I use the same code for every PC we build around here because do you know how expensive it would be if I had to build, if I had to buy a new key for every time we change hardware during testing?
Even if it was just like you buying keys for computers that you're giving away or are being used in work. Like,
I do buy keys for computers we give away, and that key goes with them. We don't.
Oh, right. Sorry, yeah. I mean, like for work and stuff because obviously there's at least 3 or 4 computers.
The thing is, when I changed the motherboard on my system after that motherboard went bad with the memory traces or whatever it is.
Yeah, that was another. That would have been another.
It reset. It was like activate Windows. I'm like, I already did. It's literally the same motherboard. Sure, it has a different MAC address or whatever identifying factors.
Identificating factors.
Identificating factors. But however it identifies the motherboard, it was like, you need to reactivate Windows. And it wanted me to pay for it again. I'm like, no. I literally got a week out of this. No.
I see a lot of questions about my i9.
Wait, I gotta find Michael's question. Go ahead.
Okay. So yeah, the Dark Rock Pro 4 might be a little bit underspec'd, but it depends on your motherboard because
we do have a Noctua
DH15 that we might.
We didn't even know we had. We forgot.
Yeah, and it's the Chromax Black, which would be kind of cool. So we might.
The one I used
you might
in my
get a
build?
video about a what?
The one I used in my build.
Oh, that's where it came from.
It's in your build?
was.
You put it back. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. So the reason why I ended up with that is I did that video about the AM5 coolers compatibility.
Oh, right.
And we had a really old one, which barely had AM4 compatibility.
Yeah.
And so when Noctua saw that video, they're like, hey, we see you're using one of our really old kits. We support 1700 and AM5 and all that. Can we send you a new cooler? And I was like, sure. And they sent us one of the Chromax black ones. So that's how we ended up with the NH-U15 in black.
Okay, so
which, by the way, we'll use in your build if it ends up needing it. But the Dark Rock Pro 4 has a 250 watt TDP.
Yes.
And when your motherboard was pushing 310.
Yeah. So that was the thing is the Gigabyte motherboard was auto overclocking and it was allowing the i9 to draw 310 or more watts under load, which obviously is going to saturate the crap out of the Dark Rock Pro when it's only rated for 250. So what I did was I ended up putting a long-term power limit on it, which is, I believe after 56 seconds or so, to 250 watts, which is still above the Intel stock long-term limit, which is 150, which is really low actually for an i9. But yeah, 250 watts, it gets up to about 80 to 85 degrees, and then it just stays there. It doesn't throttle.
That's what. How much load does it actually go under? So one of the things you had said about that system, in
a Premiere render,
no, you said it was actually loading up all the cores.
Yeah, it was weird.
And the Threadripper, we didn't see that, but we think maybe it was only using one CCX.
Well, we would see a lot of the
It
cores.
really danced around.
Yeah, like Threadripper under a rendering load would
It was 64 cores.
Yeah, a lot of cores would be lit up, but not fully lit
threads.
up. Yeah, they'd be like 50-60% utilization, whereas this is all the cores, but also all the util.
Well, that's good to see that it's actually using a lot of the CPU.
Yeah, and honestly, like and this is exactly why we say Cinebench is like a worst case scenario because that sort of power tuning, like it does. When I'm editing, I never hit anywhere near 250 watts. Even when I'm exporting, it's not even 250. So I'm actually not throttling still, and the clock speeds are staying up. So it just depends on your use case.
And it is cutting through footage.
Oh my god! Yeah.
It is so.
Nice.
One of the things we noticed, one of the things we noticed that made us go, okay, we knew we were going to upgrade your editing rig, but we didn't plan to do it this week.
Yeah,
like it wasn't until we got the FX6 we were like, okay,
yeah, we went from 100 megabits
what the hell?
a second.
Your
to
Premiere was
240.
freezing. It was like you couldn't scrub the footage. You were like, hey Jay, check this playback out, and you were like, you want to show me something in the edit you did, and you hit spacebar and it just
Nothing
sat there.
happened, yeah.
Or we had audio and no video playing. And you had a 3090 in your rig, and 3090 in the Mercury playback engine was designed to use a GPU, but whatever reason, it's just that footage at, 240 bit?
Yeah.
It's so to put it in perspective.
EditPi R, I got the NVIDIA card instead of the AMD card because CUDA support is significantly more properly baked than OpenCL.
Yeah. So
Unfortunately, that's just the reality.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
I forgot to. Sorry, I cut you off because I saw his question.
Dang, it was important. I was like, wow, I'm actually putting together thoughts and sentences right now.
Chat, what was he gonna say?
I don't remember.
Someone told me to turn
Someone
on.
went
I found Michael's question though.
Okay, cool.
He says
we'll
the
move
height.
on to Michael.
He says the height 60, the Y60 case you built in was thinking about using 7900 XTX, but I realized it was too thick and would hit the glass. Will it fit in the regular PCIe slot with the cutouts in the back? I'm not sure what you're referring to because the height Y60 requires you to use a vertical mount.
Yeah, they give you that little half height.
Yeah, everything else is half height.
Yeah.
Which is what you have to use.
All
a
the
vertical
PCI
mount.
slots are half height.
So if you're using like a custom brand XTX, which is like the 2.5/3.5 inch slots, it's going to hit the glass and be a problem. I'm not sure what he's referring to when he says, "Will it fit in the regular PCIe slot with the cutouts in the back?"
Decoy NDA that was not without proxy, or that was without proxy because we build fast computers.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
So you can definitely make up for a slower computer with proxies. But
Yeah, actually, yeah, and honestly, like whenever people ask me about editing advice, that's one of the first things I tell them is
Yeah.
like look up a tutorial on how to use a proxy workflow because you can edit red footage on a potato if you proxy it right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I
But why
edited
do
on
that when we could build? We're a computer channel. We build fast ass computers.
Yeah, exactly. I spent like 7 years editing on a MacBook Pro. So
Can
now,
Phil's computer handle Descent though?
yeah,
Funny fact, they don't know you actually were playing Descent for a while there.
yeah.
Just I would come in and Phil's like super retro game, just playing Descent, and I'm like,
Oh no,
"What?"
honestly, yeah. I played it on a Dreamcast.
You were playing Descent with RTX, weren't you?
No, that's no.
I thought
wish,
didn't they do a
wish.
Descent RTX build?
No.
They the original devs of Descent made a spiritual successor called Overload, but it doesn't have RTX or anything.
Oh.
But
Sucks.
it's built with modern like UE4 and all that stuff, and it's dope. It's a dope game for content creation. NVIDIA GPU. Yeah, I mean it's just that's honestly AMD's problem in like the enterprise and professional world. Is that,
it AMD's problem or is it Adobe's problem? Like Adobe
No,
has
no. I'm even talking like the science fields and like the
yeah,
research
yeah.
and all that stuff because like everything is CUDA. Everything's written for CUDA. And so like a lot of the complaints I see from that field is just like, dude, I wish we could use this performance, but like the stuff isn't written for it, you know?
It's so good.
What, the whiskey? Yeah.
Yes, it is so good.
Yeah, it's so good.
Charles, you are my new BFF.
I use my-
BFF. My BFF.
Oh man.
LOL, I use my iPad Air 5 to edit drone footage. Dude, this thing's probably faster than my old Threadripper, honestly.
If you guys want to know
If I
why
put
I
Resolve
talk,
on there.
if you guys want to know why I talk so poorly, look up spoonerism. It's a legit condition that I have, and
Legit.
it's legit.
Legit.
Spoonerisms with alcohol are the best. Anyway, no, spoonerism is just it's a brain thing.
Alcoholisms with Spoonerall is the best.
Yeah, my spoonerism's taking that
Spoonerall.
spoon to the mouth and just like, that's my spoonerism.
Bear, yes, Descent Free Space 2 was amazing. I used to make custom missions all the time when I was like 12. On my dad's old work laptop with the trackball that you had to attach to the side. I was telling Nick about that. He didn't even know that was a thing. Yeah, they straight up didn't have the little nipple mouse.
Yeah,
Like
it's a nibble.
Yeah, I may I can
It
say,
is.
I can say
It's
click
like-
pad.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I can say I could use the click point. Okay, anyway, the track point. Yeah, they didn't have, that wasn't
Someone reminded me there is no spoonerism.
Neo.
Hey, chat. So I think I mentioned this a while back that my daughter and I for Christmas, my wife Santa had gotten us like a telescope for my youngest daughter and I to use to look at the stars.
You married to Santa?
I am married to Santa. That beard really turned me on. Anyway, moving on.
No.
So moving on. My youngest daughter, she is 8, and she's like a space cadet. She's obsessed with the stars and the planets. I killed Phil.
I'm good.
She's obsessed with the stars and the planets and all that. And she loves to watch space videos with me on YouTube, like explanations about black holes and stuff like that, right? And so it was a fairly basic, it wasn't on Amazon, but it was a Celestron brand telescope. It was like an entry level, like $200 telescope, right? It was enough to look at the star and be like, hey, that shiny speck is now a little bit bigger shiny speck, right? Into the telescope. Seeing how involved my daughter got with that and loves it, I ended up buying a Celestron 8 SE. So it's an 8-inch mirror, a heck of a lot better than the one we had. It's got tracking and all that sort of stuff. I took a photo of the moon. So I bought the eyepiece attachment for my phone to be able to take like phone photography through it. And eventually I'll get the DSLR attachment and all that.
Yeah,
Do you guys
for
want to see my picture of the moon? I'm not going to show it. Do you guys actually say you want to see a picture of the moon?
No.
It was a full moon. Here's the cool thing about the full
You
moon
already
stuff.
sent it.
Is the cheap Celestron telescope, looking at the full moon was like, it's too bright. Like I couldn't see any detail.
Oh, really? The
cheap
it was
one.
actually that bright?
Yeah, the cheap one. But the new one actually has, and then like a
Oh, because the lenses are aberrating. And
Yes.
So, oh.
Yes. So the new one was what you saw the photo of already, what you've seen, and
Yeah.
the video of it. I
That's
took.
that new one, right? Yeah.
That's the new one. But I did buy a complete Celestion eyepiece attachment kit with different light filters, color filters, and one specifically for looking at the full moon, which has a slight ND effect to it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah. Because the moon is brighter than you think. It's just because it's so far away. It's not that bright until you zoom in that much.
Okay, so what you're gonna see is this was a couple weeks back. There was a break in the rain where there was a gap in the clouds. I told you, I was like, Phil, you see that moon outside? You're like, no,
Yeah.
it's kind of behind the clouds. And I sent you the photo, right?
Dude, he made me like put clothes on to go outside to go look at the moon. And then
That's because you're a space cadet too.
yeah, I know. Yeah.
So anyway, Phil and I were already
I
like
have to
planning
put
like
sweatpants on. Ugh.
Phil and I are already planning on the next clear night. We're gonna get together. We're gonna look at the telescope. And we're gonna have a date. Whose feet is that?
That's my feet.
Okay, well we're
That's
dating
cute.
now.
Yeah, that's
So anyway,
I already knew that. but, yeah.
so anyway, this was my iPhone. What phone is this? 14 Pro?
I don't know.
The newest
I'm
one.
on 11, so I'm all
What's the
super late.
newest one? You're not on 11. Shut up,
12?
you liar.
I think I'm on 12 or 11. I don't know.
14, I guess. So it's a
Whatever the first square one was.
This is
Bro,
the
what?
newest one. Okay, it's purple. Matches my
It's
car.
purple.
It matches my
It's
car.
the purple iPhone, whatever that one is.
No, I said it's purple because it's the only year it's been offered so far. I think it's a 14 Pro. I forget.
Yeah, I think it's 14.
Okay,
Yeah,
anyway.
I think we're on 14. I don't
so
know. There's so many freaking
It's
phones
definitely
now.
the 15, dude. It's not 14. Gosh.
There's no 15 yet.
Prove
No,
it.
dude, it's a Droid Ares. No, it's a Psychic 2, obviously. No, it's a StarTAC, bro.
You guys are being mean.
It's obviously the Motorola box cutter.
No, I'm just being a joke, as like I missed the days when phones were actually like tell-apartable.
Yeah.
You know?
Because it looks like the last
now
three.
it's just like which glass rectangle.
Okay,
do you
so
have?
it's an
Doesn't
IT,
matter.
IT's. It's iTunes. It's an iPhone
14 Pro.
14 Pro Max. Pro Max. Remember, the Max has different lenses than the small one. You have to denote that even.
Yeah, it's dumb. Yeah,
Anyway,
the zoom in.
so
is
what
like
you guys are
revised.
seeing with the Celestion telescopes, I was able to buy the Celestion attachment to attach my phone to the eyepiece to be able to take phone photography. I want to do DSLR eventually. Anyway, what you're going to see is taking an iPhone 14 Pro, no like edits to it other than a little bit of contrast. That's it. No sharpening, no nothing.
He
So
literally just shoved his phone up to the eyepiece and took a picture.
and it's the moon.
It surprised me. It was really detailed.
I was excited because it was a full moon and you could clearly see the moon's butthole.
You could probably zoom in too, and then like scale it up, and then pan
yeah.
around and stuff,
on.
because you can show more detail. Whoever's watching on the sorry for the audio only listeners, but Jay's physically panning the moon around. On
Look
the,
at that.
shot
So you
right
can
now.
see the details on the edges, like where the curvature is, where it wraps the light, and you can see all the depth of the craters and stuff.
He sent us like a short clip too,
I'm
and it
still
was
on the edge of it, so I could hold the moon like this if I do this.
what?
I'm still on the edge of the picture.
Oh, I see.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, I'm being blocked out now.
Yeah, look at that. That's a big crater. I want to know. I wish I could have seen that impact.
That's
caused
where the
that.
moon dinosaurs died.
Oh,
Whoa.
The moonosaurus. Mun face.
You guys-
I love that in Kerbal that it's the mun, not the moon.
so you guys can kind of see the outline of the eyepiece, right? You can see where it's a little bit lighter. So the moon barely fits in the eyepiece. And I was always like, I was looking up different eyepieces. I'm like, why would anyone want a moon / wide angle? I'm like, that's
Jay is
dumb.
mooning us. Literally, though, yeah.
Way to
I was
go.
like, why would anyone want a?
Okay, I thought it was funny. Fuck you guys.
I get it. I
It's
get it.
funny.
It
Oh
was
my gosh.
4th grade was over already. Okay,
Shut up. I stopped growing in 4th grade, so I still think I'm in 4th grade.
I dropped my marker. Anyway,
No, I don't. No, Samir, I'm saying Celestron because Jay keeps saying Celestron. And so like, I wanted to clarify for people that wanted to look up the telescope that it was Celestron.
Celestion. Celestion.
Celestron.
Celestion. Glyph whiskey. Glyph whiskey.
The croissant.
I like how the only thing the moon's covering now is me.
Yeah.
Good.
Anyway, I was actually pretty surprised at how sharp that image came out, considering it was a smartphone against an eyepiece.
Yeah.
The hard part was getting the moon to be centered because it was moving so fast.
Yeah. Like,
When the moon is barely smaller than the eyepiece, which you can see the outline of the eyepiece there, that shit is like right
I was gonna
across
say, yeah, he
it.
sent us a video of him trying to frame it up, and you can literally see the moon going like, and then like maybe in 30 seconds or so, like it was already partly out of the eyepiece.
That flat Earth image is really moving fast.
Yeah. Yeah, the hole
the
in
disc in the sky.
That's
Oh
a
my
really
God.
big frisbee.
So anyway,
Nick needs another shot of Wesky. You need less shots of Wesky, bro. You can't even spell.
Wesky.
Somebody said move the pic. I want to see Jay's party face.
No, it's funny how someone said, "Where's the American flag?" I actually read an article recently that asked, "Can any telescope zoom in far enough to be able to see the American flag?" The answer is actually no. But what we can zoom in on close enough is to see the disturbance from our landing. You can see that, but you can't see the flag.
Well, and also the laser reflector, because that's the whole reason it's there.
So we can find it. Yeah,
you just blast the moon with lasers and then it shines up.
But the thing is, like, the moon is pretty small versus the Earth, but still pretty damn big. Okay, and when I took a photo of with my phone through my telescope, and that telescope, for those wondering, was like $1,600. So it's a pretty good entry level in terms of like good optics, but I could easily spend $16,000 if I wanted. I'm not going to, but the fact that I could see the moon that clear 250,000 miles away with my smartphone was pretty neat. And the thing was, like, I don't even have the tracking capability of it enabled yet because I calibrated it wrong. So when I was like pointing at Betelgeuse, it pointed like 180 the wrong way. I haven't fixed it yet. But anyway, the fact that my red dot finder is calibrated perfectly to where I just use the red dot to look at what I want. It's pretty neat to look at Betelgeuse and be like, that crap is huge.
Yeah,
what
I thought was cool was when you said you guys looked at Sirius and then it was actually significantly blue.
Oh yeah, very blue.
I was surprised because I was like, obviously you know what color a star is, but like it's trippy to see that actually comes through with your own eyes. You know?
Here's what I love about the Celestron 8SE, and this is not a sponsored bit. I paid full price for that, and the attachments and everything. I spent
$2,000.
I spent like $2,000 on that kit. But anyway, we talked about the fact that you can't just point at the sky and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna look at that." Like you have to have a finder scope or something dialed in.
Yeah.
Because with the cheap telescope, if I pointed at a black part of the sky, what I got was a black part of the sky. However, the optics on the 8SE have that light sensitivity coating on there. So essentially, it's like lifting the levels.
It's significantly more efficient with the reflections.
No matter where I point it in the sky, I see stars.
That's pretty cool.
Stars that I cannot see with my eyes, which are
because when you block out, when you're narrowing your field of view that much, right? Like you're getting rid of a lot of that city glow that's coming from all around you and stuff.
I want to take a trip to the desert or the mountains just to get out of the light pollution a little bit to see it better. But anyway, it's neat because like I looked at Rigel, right? And my daughter now, because of the telescope, can now easily identify the difference between a planet and a star. Because a planet, when you look at Jupiter, and Jupiter's pretty cool, especially with a new telescope. So,
because you get more detail, right?
And because of the sensitivity, I can see more moons.
Yeah.
So
Jupiter has like 19 or something. Some ridiculous.
Yeah, and you can make out like 5 or 6 pretty clearly and easily through the telescope.
I think those were the Galilean moons. Like that was the ones that he spotted.
They're the big ones. Yeah. So
I mean, when you're in the 1500s, right? Your glass isn't as good.
But the thing is, like, you look through the telescope, you look through the 8SE, you can see Jupiter, and it's significantly bigger than a speck. I still have to explain to my daughter, like, it's not going to look like your textbook.
Yeah, because it's really
you can't see the red dot and all that on there.
Far away.
Yes, but especially with Jupiter and Venus and all that, like converging recently, we got to see it before it converged. We weren't able to go out there that night. But you look at Jupiter and you can see the moons, and there's like some that are close and one that's like way out here. You can see them, but you can clearly see there's a red color tint to it.
That's cool.
But it's dull.
Yeah,
and then right below it was Venus. We looked at Venus, you could clearly see it was yellow. And when I asked her, when I was like, okay, we looked at the planets and we looked at Mars, which was straight up, which was weird because of that position. I'm like this with the telescope, like trying to look at it, right? So anyway, I'm like, what do you notice? And then she noticed Mars is very red. Jupiter is very orange. Venus is very yellow. And then I was like, okay, let's look at Betelgeuse because she's obsessed with Betelgeuse. It's easy to find because it's in the constellation Orion.
It's like one of the brightest stars, right?
It's also one of the biggest, right?
Yeah.
It's like, well,
it was like the OG.
It's pretty big,
super fat star.
Yeah, I mean, it's not as big as like VY Scooty or whatever, Stevenson 18, but it's pretty big. So she can see that Betelgeuse is orangey red, very red. We look at Rigel, very blue. Sirius, Sirius A, or whichever the bigger one is. Can't remember.
I think A is the blue one, and then there's a white one.
Yeah,
I think, the smaller one.
Because they're like a binary.
Yeah.
Very, very blue and diamond sparkly. So she knows now the planets are dull and round and defined. The stars, when you look through them with the telescope, they're just like, there's like all this sparkling happening,
So
right?
you're looking at emitted light versus reflected light.
So I look at the planet and she goes, cool. She looks at the stars, she goes, whoa, because it's like a light show,
Yeah.
right? And all the air distortion and all that stuff, but
and it's probably brighter than you would think, right? Like because it's
it looks like a freaking diamond.
Yeah.
Like a diamond in the sky, twinkle, twinkle. Yeah, it's literally like a diamond. Okay, it's
shine bright like a diamond. Whoa! Shine
Wow.
bright
I
like a
hate how
diamond.
both of those songs were going in my head.
Yeah.
You guys were talking about it. I'm like,
Yeah.
wow.
Well, they're gonna see me and Jay sing another song in whatever latest video we put up.
so like my oldest daughter, she and I have like the whole like tech/gaming thing kind of going on together. But my youngest and I really enjoy looking at the sky. That just sucks that like when I bought
Yeah, the moment
thing,
you bought it, it was literally 2 weeks straight of rain
and snow.
and snow. Yeah, it was snow. They built a snowman like that. It was actually a decent amount of snow.
It was like a 4 foot tall snowman. Man, it was like, of course, because I bought a freaking telescope.
Yeah.
It's like California's like, not this atmospheric river thing is going to happen, and you're not going to have any sky for a while.
It was like the time I drove my car through the drive-through car wash instead of washing it myself. And then the one time I do that, it rains the same day on the way home.
I'm just cursed as far as washing cars.
Dude, I swear when I went into the car wash, like the sky was blue. And then I came out, it was still blue. And I'm like on the freeway driving home. And then I'm like,
When-
cloudy. And then you see one drop, another drop. I'm like, are you serious? And then, come on, man.
But it's a
This isn't
cleaner,
Florida.
it's now a cleaner wet car.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, let's go and move on to the FTFA. This is from the freaking audience.
Oh, I guess I should talk about my question first, right? Because
Actually, yeah. No, there was a really good FTFA question, which stands for From the Freaking Audience. If you guys want to write us your questions, which are short, concise, and interesting, that you think would add to our show, write us
short.
Yes, I do.
Do not write a Bible because Jay's not going to read it. He's
I
just
do
gonna,
immediately trash it if
Yeah.
it's long. And when I say long, I mean longer
if you
than
have to scroll.
If it's longer than like 2 sentences, I'm sorry.
Yeah, actually,
I want to read them before you throw them,
No.
please.
wow.
No.
You have access to the server, right?
Not on the
Not to
server.
that
He
account.
doesn't have
Oh,
access to
not
that
that
email.
account.
Yeah.
We'll see, but no. Anyway.
I want to see.
If you think it's going to add to our show in some way with like the random topics we talk about, send your email to rtfm@JayzTwoCents.com. Okay, so this question came from Rich. It was assigned to that email, but it was a question specifically for Phil. And we thought it was interesting enough that maybe we want to talk about it. He says he works on the ground communication system for the Human Landing System, or HLS.
HLS is if you guys have seen the SpaceX Starship, it's the version that's supposed to be designed to land on the moon.
Yeah,
They have different versions of the Starship.
He says, what are your thoughts about SpaceX winning every contract to go back to the moon? Good thing or a bad thing?
I thought there was a national team, which was my first question, but also, I mean, it's like, yeah, if it's going to be a company that's going to win every contract, it'll probably be SpaceX because they are the ones that
Can we
are the
just have
most-
Elon stay out of the freaking room, like
Yeah.
not be involved, period? Let SpaceX be SpaceX without Elon.
Grimes, can you take your dude back so you can stop acting weird, please? Thanks. Just saying.
Grimes, can you please get your man?
Yeah, I dug your work in Cyberpunk. Can you help us out more and get Elon back?
So I don't know much about HLS, but I think just from the outside looking in,
It's a little scary because it's like all the eggs in one basket kind of thing, right?
it is. But then again, in terms of
Competence, like SpaceX is.
SpaceX is pretty damn competent.
Yeah, dude, like they're landing rockets so reliably now that it's not even an event anymore.
Yeah,
it's just like
it's now an event.
cool.
If something goes wrong, like whoa.
Yeah, like the last booster that flew was like, oh, it was 37 reflights. And I'm like, that's so crazy
Yeah.
to think about now.
So it makes me like, okay, since everyone involved is in the same organization, communication should be good. There should be no like, oh, well, the finger pointing stuff, right? So I think from just a logistics standpoint, being all one company involved, but it is also sketchy to be like, let's have all this like government money going to one private organization like
company,
this.
yeah.
But why are we going back to the moon?
They want to scout it for like resources and stuff. They think that there's a bunch of water in the What? What are you laughing at?
It just sounds like a really bad RTS. Like,
No, it literally sounds like
Hey, if we can't even provide all the fresh water for our planet, right? All the people on our planet right now, then yeah, let's go to the moon and go get some.
if E101 is episode 1, season 1 of a show, it feels like episode 00-01 of The Expanse.
Yeah, we need resources.
That's what it feels like.
It's because some of those craters on the moon are so deep that the shadowed areas are shadowed 24/7, 365, and so that's why they think.
Wow, so they never actually directly face the sun.
They never. It's because it's too deep in the crater.
Oh, I see.
And so that's where they're going. They
Because the moon isn't spinning.
It's tidally locked, which means it's spinning
Right.
at the same rate that it orbits the Earth. So it's always faced.
The side
that's why
the side we
same-
see is always the same side.
Yeah, that's why we always say, "Oh, it's the dark side of the moon," even though.
It sees the sun. We don't see the sun.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, they want to check out those craters to see if there's liquid water.
I think they're just seeing if China's up there.
I mean, China's already up there. They got a couple of rovers.
Well, they're gonna go knock down their flag. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Then we get into For All Mankind, which is that's a whole different.
Or like
show.
the battle scene on Titan in Expanse.
Yeah, exactly.
Only it's the moon.
But somebody said data centers on the moon.
Remember,
Yeah,
the
imagine-
only reason we ended up on the moon to begin with, it was a space race with Russia back in the 60s.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the new space race, just
Except we're the only ones that's racing. We're just kind of, which is that's a good point though, because this is why. Remember when I was telling you about the safety margins on the Saturn V
Yeah.
versus now?
yeah.
Because like the Saturn V entire project was like proposed safety margin of like 5 to 10% success. But we did it because we wanted to beat the Russians.
Yeah.
Now that we don't have to beat anyone, we're like, okay, let's do this correctly and like safely and everything.
That was
And
that documentary we were watching with the like redneck dude that was like the
Yeah.
smartest sounding redneck I'd ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
Luke Talley. He was the part of the control systems of the Saturn V.
Nick and Chat said flat moon. They're
that's
gonna
why we
crash
don't
into
see-
the bottom.
That's why we don't see the dark side of the moon because
It's flat.
they don't want to turn it around and show the cardboard.
The only thing above it is the ceiling.
Jeez.
The ceiling.
Well, because you started watching that documentary, and then right after that, we started watching like the fastest man-made objects.
Somebody said,
Oh yeah,
we're
the
rating-
manhole cover.
Yeah, and then I saw the manhole cover. Wait, what is
Yeah.
this from?
We found out that our fastest moving man-made object is technically a manhole cover that we
was-
shot
that was
into.
launched
We
with the
literally
nuke.
cannoned it.
on accident.
We literally shot it with a cannon into space, and it's still going right now.
I was like, bruh.
A really angry manhole cover.
Yeah. It's one of those weird
The
physics
thing,
objects.
look, do you know what I took away from that?
Oh yeah, somebody. Sorry to cut you off. Somebody in chat mentions that it's also a stepping stone to Mars because we're gonna. So our plan now is put a base that's orbiting the moon and then send people to there, then down, then back up.
A
So
quarter million miles closer, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
technically.
Well, because at least you have a hotel
Yeah.
that's nearby in the area, right? You know, it's like a freeway off ramp hotel kind of deal, like a Motel 6, right? On the
like on the
freaking
10
moon.
on the way to Texas.
Yeah, exactly. Because or you could fly all the way back. to
All I'm
Earth.
saying is when you order
Quarter
raw
million
materials from
miles.
Home Depot and how bad those deliveries go every now and then, imagine delivering raw materials to the moon to build a space base.
Well, or the other way around. If you mess up delivering ice, you really suck. Ice in space, like it's not that hard. Actually,
It's quite hard.
it's a little harder than you would think. They actually used ice.
Myself and Kerbal Space Program proves it's
yeah.
hard to get something to a specific spot in things that are moving very fast.
Yeah, we definitely celebrated once Jay got into orbit for the first time in Kerbal Space.
No, I landed on the moon.
Oh yeah, you did.
It was a one-way mission, but I landed on the moon.
He forgot about that technicality.
I landed. I just had no way to get back.
Yeah. So your dude is just there. He's
Yep,
just chilling.
forever. No, what I started to say though is that there's one thing that's ever proved human pettiness. It's not human, but U.S. pettiness. It's the manhole cover that's
Yeah.
literally zooming around our solar system right now because we just want to be like, no, we shot something faster than the Russians.
We
Yeah.
got into space first.
Yeah, it was during the Sputnik era.
Pre-Sputnik.
I just love that we literally shot it. Just and off it went.
Just like with underground
Wasn't
nuke.
it? Yeah, it was.
It
like
was underground nuke
it was a
testing.
nuke,
Yeah.
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 My goodness.
That's awesome.
So we nuked a manhole in space just
When
to...
is Jay
When is-
playing KSP2?
I
when
haven't
it's
even-
less buggy.
I haven't even bought it
Yeah,
yet.
yeah. I mean, he saw me playing it. And I told him like, just chill for a bit because they're still like,
I would imagine it's a mathematical nightmare.
yeah. To overhaul that engine.
Well,
yeah.
in terms of the math, I guess it's a carryover because the math hasn't changed when it comes to space. Did the scale
hey Newton.
get bigger?
No. Just
So okay,
yeah.
it's like a quarter scale.
But they're doing a lot more like trying to fix a lot of those weird physics bugs that would happen. They're trying to stiffen up the rockets so they're not all like flopping around and everything. But
I had so many rockets that are like, but they got in orbit.
It's like every one of them.
And I had like a perfect periapsis and apoapsis.
dude, I mean,
like
you're not alone.
circles.
It was to the point where people made a plugin called Auto Strut that would just automatically strut the crap out of everything and make them invisible, so that way they were all solid. But yeah,
Could you imagine having a real rocket with that many strut braces all over it?
yeah, like my shuttle with 6 boosters that still doesn't get off the path. I'm still working on that design, guys. It's a little too.
I still like how I had my little nudge boosters to push them away. Because for the longest time they were going into my rocket because I was ejecting them too soon.
Jay learned about separation. Separation rockets because you have to point the rockets away from you while they're still burning.
But it's also like it should just be like quick, right?
Yeah,
but I had them going too long, so they were like coming around like full circle.
You look at the engine trail, and Jay's SRBs are just like figure eighting through the sky.
SRB stands for Solid Rocket Booster.
Let's
For
put it
those
this
that
way:
don't speak nerd.
there's a lot more use out of the auto struts than people put on the struts and splitters.
Yes, they actually do something.
Yeah.
They're not mounted to plastic.
Yeah,
Also, I still think
they're
Jay's
chassis mounted. They're not mounted to the bumper.
Jay's best KSP-1 invention was strapping 2 space shuttle SRBs to a SR-71.
I flew that shit around.
No, remember it wouldn't take off at first because you put them too high. So
I
they were
pointed it up.
They were pushing
Yeah.
down.
So I just pointed it up, and it takes off like this. It goes, and off it went. It literally would go, woo, woo.
So you made a VTOL.
No, he made a joystick that gives suggestions to 2 SRBs. It sort of controls where they go.
But that was the best part about Kerbal Space is you're like, physics is real. What happens if I don't understand them and make them do things?
I mean, it's the best trial and error sandbox ever.
And inevitably, every male built a rocket that looks like genitalia.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I start with that. It's the Peter North Star 4B.
Blue Origin.
Peter North Star.
Blue Origin on
Blue
The Origin.
No, the funny thing about Blue Origin is they were the one
the blue balls origin.
No, they were the one that prematurely ejected.
Yeah, you're right.
They literally ejected the cargo because the booster failed.
Oof.
All right. Did you actually answer his question though about how you feel about it?
Yeah. I don't like the eggs in the basket thing, but I do feel that they're probably the most competent company right now, so it makes sense.
Yeah, because you won't have 2 companies competing with each other on the same project.
Yeah, and I could have sworn that there was another, because they were obviously competing with somebody else, right?
Yeah.
Was it Virgin?
No, they called it the national team, and it was like a few other like space companies. I forgot, like Boeing Aerospace and all that.
I mean, there's never been a privatized space company like SpaceX before. You know, it's honestly, when it comes to like delivering payloads into orbit, is like the most turnkey operation right now.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Had they sent anything to the moon before? I mean, we know for a fact there was, just go watch the compilations of all the failed rocket landings, right? There's gonna probably be some trial and error of getting it to the moon, whatever it is.
See, and the thing that like it's orbital mechanics are like counterintuitive, but it's like easier to get to Mars than it is to get to the moon, even though the moon is significantly closer, because Mars has an atmosphere that can slow you down.
True.
And you use parachutes and the bouncy balls and all that crap for the rovers and stuff, right? But like on the moon, there's no atmosphere, so you have to bring all of the gas with you to slow yourself down.
Yeah.
Because there's no you can't rely on anything on the, and so it's weird because it does take more delta V, which is basically amount of energy in a rocket, to get to the moon than it does to get to Mars, which is kind of counterintuitive to think about, but yeah.
Well, yeah, because all you have to do is get up to that velocity you need to be at, and then you coast to where you have to start your retro burns and stuff towards Mars.
Yeah, and you also do the hockey thing and shoot where it's going to be.
Yeah.
And all that.
It's
stuff.
like Mars is over there, but we're going that way because it's going to take months to get
They gotta
there.
do the moon, even to the moon when like the journey's like a couple days. Like even then you still have to, because a couple days for the moon it's like what 10,000 miles.
I want so badly for SpaceX to have a camera pointed at the Earth the entire time, so that when you time lapse that, you can see the Earth going wee, spinning around as we're going
each day.
Yeah.
You probably get like 2 days, but yeah.
But still, seeing it spin around like that would be cool. Because like I said, from our particular point of view, well, I guess everyone's point of view, the moon's the same, but like the butthole is always in the bottom left technically.
The butthole.
I call it the butthole. It looks like the butthole,
Like,
right?
petition to rename that crater the
Actually,
butthole
no.
crater.
My telescope's upside down because it mirror images it, right? So it's bottom right, I think it is. Like Australia sees it in a completely different spot than we do.
Yeah, because they're upside down.
Yeah. No, they're upside down. We're right. You're wrong.
Yeah, duh. This is America. But obviously.
Send your hate mail to phil@JayzTwoCents.com.
Yeah, I just got that email. It took 3 years for me to finally get corporate email.
It's just a picture of a helicopter photoshopped upside down.
All right.
This guy clearly hasn't heard of lithobreaking. Jay has heard of lithobreaking.
Litho breaking?
Litho means like earth, ground, dirt.
Oh, yeah. I've done that a lot.
Actually, NASA has too. Remember
Yeah.
that one? They sent that one Mars probe.
When they oops the decimal point or whatever it was. It's the kilometers to
metric.
Yeah.
They oops the metric to
Yeah.
stupid units.
Metric stupid.
All right, so Mark says, "Hi Jay, I'm running an LG C2 42-inch TV as a main monitor on PC, and I was considering a soundbar. I know you do not review those, but was interested in all of your thoughts on soundbar versus bookshelf speakers like the Klipsch Pro Media 2.1 THX computer speaker set. I thought this was an interesting topic because nothing gets people going like soundbar versus bookshelf speakers, whether you're audiophile or not. Now I have both, by the way, at home. I have Sonos soundbars and satellite speakers and subs in like my great room, my bedroom, my kitchen, my loft, and all that. But in my upstairs TV room, which has my OLED and all that, has an actual THX like Yamaha receiver, DevTech 9000 speakers, like real subs and all that.
You got that super mega bass cubes or whatever.
You heard them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my freaking internal organs heard them, dude. My DNA heard it.
I personally am a fan of soundbars if space is an issue because you don't have to run a receiver. You don't have to run wires.
I honestly really like soundbars for computers because it just
I've been running soundbars like primarily on my speakers. Like,
we use studio monitors here
PCs.
because we have bigger desks and
Yes.
we have the space.
98 inches of desk,
Yeah,
each
you-
of us.
yeah.
Each of us.
Yeah.
But
I
at
still
home,
default to headphones.
at home, I use I think it's a Polk soundbar. I can't remember exactly what. I think it might be Polk.
Yeah.
Because I have limited space at home, but I don't care, quote unquote, about the surround or
Just be 2 speakers and a sub for me. That's all you want, right?
yeah. And based on my sitting position, it's wide enough to where I get that wide soundstage.
Yeah.
But it's not breaking the bank, and it's not taking up a lot of space, and it's my computer. When I'm gaming, my headset's on.
And let's be real, like any of those 2.1 kind of computer speaker setups, that's basically what's in a soundbar, just sideways. They're just tilted sideways, attached to a bar, and then you get a subwoofer with it for free, which is, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's just a form factor decision.
At least most
that price
soundbar
point,
kits
I
now
think.
include a sub, where in the day,
Yeah.
back in the day, they didn't.
Yeah.
Soundbar technology has dramatically improved. The thing is, if you ask anyone that's even remotely into audio, God forbid, call themselves an audiophile, because I feel like if you put file on anything, all that tells me as a person, snob. Yeah.
Audio
Whether
snob.
you're a PC file, an audio file, a car file, whatever file you are, you're gonna be a snob.
Maybe
about
not the one that starts with a P.
it. Correct. Wow.
Nick still hasn't figured it out. E.
Don't
D.
spell it.
I'm good.
Okay, did you get
If
it?
they
Did you
drive
get
a
it?
van.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes, I get it.
If it says
I get
free
it. Oh my gosh.
Nick was over here like,
Nick is so innocent. Oh, I'm so
I was
jealous.
like,
of
hold
his
up,
brain.
like, wait.
Audio fill. No, those days are over. I don't care about my sound systems anymore.
I would use
They're
my
too
soundbar
expensive.
more though if it was a room, like an actual walled off room. But because it's not walled off,
yeah, it's a loft. It's an open loft.
and I get yelled at to turn the volume down, I almost
Headphones.
always default to my headphones. Yeah.
But what are we talking about here? Are we talking about a computer setup or are we talking about like a home theater?
Oh, that guy was talking about a computer setup.
Okay,
He just
so,
said 2.1, right?
For a computer setup,
Media 2.1.
$500, nice mid-range, and I say mid-range because you can spend $3,000 to $5,000 on a soundbar.
Yeah, get like a Bose, LG,
No,
Samsung,
no
whatever.
Bose.
Oh, wow.
Just a
No
Sonos?
Bose.
You actually hate their soundbars?
No, I don't hate. It's just Bose for the longest time, Bose was really good. But Bose has leaned now so far on the micro cube, super small, blah, blah, blah. I have one of those Bose soundbars in my office / man cave at home.
Yeah, I thought
right?
it sounded good.
It sounds great. But my point is, they don't make that bar anymore.
Oh, that changes things.
They have gone back to the
Because
let's make it as skinny and small as possible.
No, and like for the people that are sort of familiar with audio in the chat, like that sound bar was what made me change my opinion on Bose, because for a long time they were just really overpriced, very V-shaped curve.
And Bose stopped making it. Let me see if we can get the exact model number if I open up my app. But anyway, sound bars are a great option if you don't have a lot of money and you are worried about space.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so simple to just
I can't
one
bring it up.
subwoofer
because I'm
a
not
power
on the same
cable.
network as it. I can't bring it up. But Sonos, in my opinion, Sonos still doesn't have superior sound quality. But what Sonos has that I love is just their ecosystem of seamlessly connecting rooms together. Like when we have like a house party or a pool party, I take my Sonos Moves, I put them outside. I have 3 of them. They're loud Bluetooth speakers, big ones. Place them strategically around the yard. You've seen. Link the home, the kitchen, the great room, the loft, all those together. Just boop, 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 link them in the app, crank the volume. They all play the same music and stuff. So the smart aspect of Sonos is awesome. But unfortunately, Sonos is very expensive and it does not have superior sound quality.
Can I just stop the people in the chat that are like, oh my God, Bose isn't transparent. You don't, if you like transparency in your, like, if that's the primary reason you're buying a speaker, then you like drinking Everclear. Because, like, that's the point, is like transparency is, okay, yeah, give me all the bits and the audio exactly how it's recorded. Cool. But sometimes I like to have fun and crank the bass up and enjoy music. Or, you know, like, there's a lot of times where I'm not listening to something critically because I'm not trying to hear, like, oh, is the oboe too quiet on the right channel? You know what I mean?
You are wasting energy right now.
Yeah, I know, but it's fun, and I'm buzzing. So you know what? Like,
You are. Yeah, we're gonna have to play some Rocket League after this because I'm not ready to drive home yet either.
yeah,
But anyway,
I bought an iPod first gen with freaking Idiomatic ER4Ps and everything because the first gen had a better amp than the third gen. Blah blah blah. I've been through it all, and it's just like, dude, like if you'd like to not have fun, sure, talk all the crap about like, oh, I need transparency.
it's like, do you think I wear Shure 1540s at home because I'm an audiophile? No, it's because they're one of the best sounding studio monitors that I could buy for my live stream at home that weren't open back. So I go. Every time I turn my head, like start because I love my planers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I have Hi-Fi Man HE4XXs with an amp.
And I have the Sunduras.
Yeah, and we both love our Hi-Fi Mens, but also.
But I can't live stream with those because they're so open back, especially with the planar field, magnetic field. If I turn my head anywhere near my mic, because I have Shure SM7B, you have to eat the damn thing to be able to be heard from.
What?
No, look, in terms of rejection, right? I'm talking over here, but blah, 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 blah. Like my mouth is touching the freaking foam. That's why it has that radio broadcaster sound. But also the Rode podcaster is really good. It has a really good compressor built in.
Yeah.
But being this close, I'll turn my head and look at chat. I'll turn my head and take a drink. And every time I turn my head, chat was dying and myself with feedback because of the open backs.
Yeah.
So I run Shure 1540s at home.
Just because they're closed back?
Yeah, but they're also $500. They're stupid expensive. And they are like audiophile grade reference monitors.
Yeah.
What does reference mean? They are literally flat. They are designed to recreate the sound exactly as they're being inputted. They don't add anything to it. But I think sorry, I bumped that on accident. I bumped that. I think when
Was that a sample or was that actually you?
I was trying to scoot that over. Thanks, Phil.
Bruh.
I just thought this was an interesting question because I'm like, can we talk about audio without people getting triggered? Nope, in chat people are triggered.
Immediately. And
Because they'll
like,
start throwing buzzwords.
speakers should be transparent and blah, 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 and you can mess up the sound
The
later if you
government
want.
should be transparent.
Little does the audience know, I was once comfortable with just skull candies.
So then buy studio monitors for literally everything. Go buy 4 studio monitors and put them in your car.
They're like, I already did.
Yeah, they probably already did too. Yeah, and you know, it's like, yeah, my old car also, I had a freaking mini DSP that I time aligned all the speakers.
Do you
to
know?
the subwoofers. So
But do you know, like, there's people out there that I won't name any names, but I will name names.
I was like, really, Jay? You're not?
There's another tech creator out there who I highly respect. I love him as a person. I've hung out with him at several events. I love talking with the man because of the fact that we can just nerd out on especially cars. I absolutely positively will never in a million years have an audio conversation with him. And that is Quinn.
Oh, yeah, no, I get it.
Because Quinn is a true audiophile, and he doesn't shy away from that, and he doesn't hide that.
That's what he's passionate about.
But
yeah.
Quinn does not judge people or put them down
And that's
based
an
on their audio
actual-
choice.
That is an
Bless his
actual
soul.
iPhone. Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's why I actually do.
the
like
reason why I
listening
say I
to
won't have a
reviews.
conversation with him about audio is because I can't speak to it at his level.
Yeah.
I can't.
And it's just like, it's the whole, what are you as a consumer looking for in this thing that you're buying?
And you
right?
know what?
Yeah, if you're looking for transparency and you're editing music, obviously.
And guess what?
studio monitors-
So far, Best Buy has been able to meet my needs every time. And like the DevTech stuff, I had to go to the Magnolia Center for that, which is certain Best Buy stores have the Magnolia Center, which is a high-end audio/video stuff. That was fun though, shopping for the DevTech stuff. When we first hooked it up, we were like, "Whoa!"
Samira, I'm aware that cars don't have rooms because I've time aligned my car system.
What?
I've time aligned my car system so that every single speaker's waveform reaches your ears at the same time using a mini DSP and a calibrated microphone. But that's the stuff that I don't even like talking about because it just gets into this sort of like super snobby crap.
Car may not have a room, but the
Yeah.
car absolutely has distance to speaker.
And what we're trying to get across is that yes, if that's what you want out of your system, then yes. But this guy was asking, is a soundbar a good computer system?
Yes.
Sure. Yes,
Yeah.
it is. A soundbar is a great sound system.
It is a space-saving.
You can also buy really crappy soundbars on Amazon too. So like, just buy a good one.
That's why I actually said $500 because I think the Polk I bought from
It's like $250.
No, for the one I got at home, not the one here. The one that I had
Yeah.
here on my desk here that kept turning off on me.
Oh,
Remember
no,
that?
not that one.
Yeah, no, I think it was like $579 or something for the one I have at home. I don't remember the exact model number, but you know what? It has not failed me. It sounds great. My wife is constantly yelling at me to turn it down. Yeah. So I'm happy with it.
That's probably why I got yelled at too, because I have a Polk soundbar for my TV. But I also bought one.
I feel like
for the
when it
downstairs.
starts to get into the home theater area, because of the fact that normal you'll probably have more room for a setup, it'll probably be better to do satellites and 5.1 and all that.
But there's something else there's another phenomenon I think takes place in like live chats and stuff like this, especially the internet. I think when someone starts talking about a subject that someone considers themselves a file in, they go in this whole like, ha! Now they're speaking my language, I'm gonna gotcha.
Yeah, I'm better than them.
Yeah,
That's
and
the
that's
automatic,
just shitty way of acting when it comes to any topic. And some of those people exist in this chat right now. And right now they're wondering if I'm talking about them or not. And if you're worried about me talking about you, it's probably true.
Yeah.
But you know what? We can still be friends.
I mean, like, look, like it's like this. Like every time I get into Jay's cars, I hate how high he has the treble, but I don't ever say anything about it because that's his ears. If it sounds good to him, then
I
it
feel
sounds
like
good to
no.
him.
The reality is, I feel like over the years, my treble sensitivity has gone down.
I mean, that's the thing that happens with age. So
Yeah. So I feel like
Jay likes a very, very V-shaped curve. Like I like a little bit, like a.
I hate mid.
Yeah.
Mids
Yeah.
to me sound like I'm listening to music underwater.
Basically, the loudness curve that like came with every radio in the '90s, which makes sense
But
because
see,
you're Gen X.
if I listen to my treble levels and my EQ, how you like it, I would feel like I have
It feels
plugged ears.
flat. Yeah,
Plugged ears.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because you've been in my car and you've heard like how my system is calibrated, like the Civic.
Yeah.
And you probably
You definitely have a much more natural curve.
Yeah,
Wait.
you probably feel it's a little bit too flat for your tastes because because your
calibrated?
taste is what you want out of the speaker
Yeah.
system. And
Your
so
Civic's calibrated?
Yeah.
He just said that. Literally
I
to the
haven't
driver.
ridden- no, I haven't ridden in it though. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
his speakers are literally
the
calibrated
Civic-
to his city
I mean,
position.
Okay, like every car that I own is time aligned because I hate hearing. Like,
You hate feeling like
yeah.
the center point is over here.
I mean, actually, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm such a low level user. Like it's
Yeah.
for me, it's like okay.
Well,
if
no,
I-
okay. It was because the Pioneer double din head unit that I put into it, like, it comes with that feature. So all you have to do is buy their calibrated mic. You tape or you like clamp it to your driver's seat and then close all the
okay.
doors, and then it just blasts and does all the auto calibration and stuff.
And you can do the same thing with any home theater. Like
Yeah.
the microphone I could connect to my DevTech and stuff. I've done that and set it on the couch in the center, squared on the monitor.
It's
on
funny
the
because it's
TV.
still bone stock Honda like paper cone speakers, but like people are like, did you upgrade the tweeters or anything? I was like, no, it's just actually calibrated instead
Yeah.
of whatever
Like,
crap.
dang.
Yeah, whatever crap Japan had.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on. Jake says, I like bikes. I remember in one of your garage videos, there was what looked to be like a Trek Madone hanging on the wall. Yes, it is. So my question is, would you mind giving some background as to your and the team's cycling history? Favorite bike owned? Do you or the team ride road or mountain? If so, what do you prefer? I only ride road. I'm a roadie because of the fact that will kill myself on mountain bike, especially a downhill bike. Nick has both. You have a Scott roadie. So yes, I have a Trek Madone and a Domani.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly which model Domani it is. It's been too long. But however, it's fun. The reason why I chose this question is what did I just tell you guys today? Yo, I'm getting my fat ass back on the bike again.
Yeah.
Mondays and Wednesdays are going to be my riding days, which means we're going to be starting a little bit later because I will be riding in the mornings. or until it gets hot, I'll be riding in the afternoons, and then moving to mornings. We'll be shifting my schedule that way I can get myself back on the bike again.
That's such like
It still blew my mind that you used to ride to the old.
it was a weird surprise because I was honestly thinking about maybe I should just bring my bike in my car so I could ride after work.
I'm actually looking up bike racks for the RS6.
I looked for racks
That's the most appropriate of your
Yes.
cars to have
I
a
was
bike
like,
rack, though.
Nope, I'm finding a rack for the R8. Suction cut mount.
yes.
Find a rack for the
Suction
Ram.
cut mount goes on the wing, goes on the hood. I got my bike. Carbon
fine to
fiber
have
bike on my R8. Come on, perfect.
The flex, dude. But,
It would have to be a black bike.
You gotta
though.
get the
Whatever it is, a
camping-
Batmobile.
the
When
camping
is the-
carrier thingy and
Yeah.
then the bike rack.
when is the color match traveling pod coming? If you're getting the refresh,
I'm not getting that because I don't want to hear the wind noise.
Oh, dude, color match the bike rack to your wheels on the R8. That'd be
But this, I want to
sick.
see it. I want to. No, I
Just
technically.
tell HRE to make you a bike
It
rack.
would be stupid expensive, but I want to see if Audi makes an actual bike rack for the RS6 that matches the lines. Because my problem with
They
Thule,
might.
my problem with Thule and stuff is they just have the universal fits and then they stick out too far and whatnot, the crossbars and whatnot.
at least with mine-
and it has to clear the sunroof because I have the big
Yeah.
moon roof that comes up.
Well, at least with my Volkswagen, like it was made by Thule, but it's a VW OEM.
Yeah, because it's designed to work on the factory rails.
Yeah.
and there's a rail system on my RS6
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
I just need the crossbars to mount my Thule bike rack, the direct mounts on the fork mounts on top. But yeah, I definitely want to start riding it. I was going to ask you like, hey, do you want to ride? And the reason I want to ask you if you want to ride is because right now I wouldn't be able to outride you. That would take a while.
I don't even know if I can
Wow.
outride
The last
myself.
time you and I tried to ride was when I kept busting spokes, and I'm like, I'm too fat again.
Yeah.
Remember we went up your one hill, it was
Yeah.
a pat, and you had to go get
Well,
my truck.
Everywhere is a hill by my house.
That's why you come out my way.
Yeah. The most I did was park my car. I used to do it. I parked my car to get to work at my grandma's, and I ride my bike in the morning to get grandma's, and then drive to you.
Yeah.
So I mean,
No, I just want to ride to the trailhead, go out to like Euclid and back. Like avoid the hills for a while.
please.
Now I'm like, when I get to Euclid, I'm like, hey Nick, we're going to the top of the mountain. You're like, shit. He would say, I'll see you at the top. Because I was just like a mile and a half or two faster
Yeah,
than
he
him up
just-
the hill
he's like,
over the distance.
like,
But
gone.
I don't have that kind of stamina right now, and I need to get it back. But my dad bod is dad bodding hard. It's time to, speaking of dad bod, shirts there. Anyway,
Bye.
moving.
That's just the ad buy.
I don't
Yes.
know. Do we have stock on those still? Because I got a couple hate messages saying.
They might be out on certain sizes.
Jay doesn't even know what happens.
By the way, entirely new gaming mat designs are going to be hitting the store here fairly soon.
Sick.
Pretty sick.
Sick.
I'll show you guys the renders. They can't see it yet, but yeah. So no, Trek Madone as well as a Trek Domani. Am I a Trek fanboy? No, not necessarily. The store I was going to was high. If you guys don't know how Trek works, Trek is like very pushy on their dealers. Like they have to sell like 75% Trek or more
Oh,
to be a
before
Trek
they-
dealer.
yeah.
That's probably why my mountain bike was a Trek when I was little.
I also like Cannondale. And I had a Cannondale Quick 5, which is a good hybrid bike. But again, when I got into the higher speed bikes, I started enjoying the lightweight carbon fiber stuff.
I really like Specialized, but I don't have Specialized money.
Well, Specialized, like, and Trek also. I mean, like my daughter's mountain bike's a Trek, and I think it was like $400, $500, something like that. But you spent significantly more than that on your Scott.
Yeah, but
But-
I mean that was worth it because I still use it today.
Yeah. But yeah, Cannondale has a wide range of bikes too. $300,
Yeah.
15,000. You know, you take your pick.
Jeez.
But you get into the $15,000 bikes, you're talking like bikes that were designed specifically for like riders of Tour de France, and they're like, hey, let's make a few of these for the public. And
Or
then they'll-
the dome, the speed.
oh yeah,
speeding.
the here it's called
I forgot what they're called too.
no, not palindrome, whatever, I forget.
Are they palindrome? It sounds right.
Maybe
Palindrome is the when a word is spelled the same way forwards and backwards.
same thing. Okay,
Like
aerodrome,
or race
I
car
think it's aerodrome.
or faded AF.
You know, I've wanted to get a time.
Faded AF is faded AF.
You know, I've wanted to get a time trial bike only because I'm like leaning on my elbow seems so much more comfortable.
Oh my gosh.
That'd be very
don't know.
awkward though.
Yeah.
All right, Chad. Do you think Nick should join me on some rides? Do you think Nick needs to work off some of the dad bod because he's not a dad yet?
To my knowledge.
Okay, Nick Cannon.
Oh my god.
Nick Cannon. Oh my god.
Nick Cannon knows. He knows. That dude's gone on
Oh,
full.
velodrome.
He's on full
Velodrome, okay.
Genghis Khan mode. Like.
The whole chat finally got to the
No,
point where we were talking.
Peloton is just one, either the stationary exercise bike, or two, what the main group of like a Tour de France is called.
Yeah,
the
like the
Peloton
bunched
is
up,
the
yeah.
main group. And it's
thing-
funny.
The thing I don't like to ride in.
That's it. I would think that would give me claustrophobia, just because Dude, one of like the 3 times I've ever fallen on the bike because your ass in front of me couldn't clip in fast enough. And
you like slowed him down too much?
No. So we would stop at a red light. We would ride on the street a lot.
I'm kind of dumb.
Bike trails and stuff. He was getting used to his clips.
Clip-ins.
Yeah.
Well, the clip-ins, they're cleats, right? They're not so technically clips are when the toe has a cage that it goes in.
Oh, okay.
And then there's the cleats, the cleats clips, technically where it clips into the pedal. So he was getting used to
it attaches to the pedal,
right.
Yeah.
And you have to like
to unlock.
you push off, and then you have to be good at getting your other foot like to clip in perfectly as that crank is coming to the top of the stroke. And if you miss, your foot will slip off, or you'll start to lose your balance because you're not going forward anymore.
Right.
Now, I was really good at blindly just like push, clip, start riding. Nick was getting used to it. Okay.
I had to do the whole
Look down,
I have to move my workspace
and then
down
your
so
clips
I can see what I'm
upside,
doing.
and then your clips upside down, so you're hitting it with your toe to get it back up to the right way. So anyway,
Oh, there's only a clip on one side of the
yeah,
pedal. Gee.
yeah.
Well, it's a clip per pedal.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I know,
no,
but
there's
like
but the
pedal
clip can be upside down.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you have to flip it back over.
It's not symmetrical.
So
Okay.
he didn't-
Wow, that's even. Oh my
So he
God.
didn't have the feeling yet of like getting it to clip in without second nature.
Yeah.
So we were riding. I think it was with Peter that day. I think we were with Peter that day.
Maybe.
I think that was the time Peter rode with us. Anyway, we were getting ready to
Nope.
cross the street. I think it was.
Peter was the one when we were all dying. Like, it was just hot.
It was hot. Yeah, I love riding in the heat. But anyway,
I don't.
whichever time it was, Nick was getting used to his clip. So I was like, you need to clip. That way you can like have upstroke in you can go farther if you're not just using your quads for everything. If you're using your hamstrings to pull up when you're tired, you can start doing
He was
that.
trying to show me the way.
I was trying to. I was really skinny and cycled a lot, and was just like, "You need to do this, bro." I was bike phobia, not bike phobia, bikeophile. Anyway,
Oh, you're the guy in the car that's like, when did you turbo it?
yeah, let's swap it, bro.
Yeah, what didn't you buy?
So we push off from a red light. Now I have a habit. I know I don't trust cars. I can't.
Yeah.
That my life is in danger when I'm on a bike. Okay. So Nick was in front of me, and because I was a faster rider, I always stayed behind him. That way I wasn't leaving him behind. So Nick pushes off, I push off, and I immediately look to my left to make sure cars are stopping. I clip in, and I'm cycling. I'm moving as I look
starting to
up.
accelerate,
As
yeah.
I look up, and Nick's like fumbling with his feet.
Oh, and not accelerate.
So I hit his tire and go psh, psh, to the side because I could not unclip fast enough. It happened so quick.
Yeah.
I couldn't unclip fast enough to get my leg down, so I just went in the middle of the intersection. So I unclip myself while laying on my side, stand up, and just go back to the crosswalk and go boop and push the light. And Nick's like, sorry. And I'm like, thanks, bro. Fortunately, the only thing that hit the ground was my hip. And because here's the thing, when you go down on a carbon fiber
You
bike.
broke a rib, right?
No,
Like,
that
you
was a
fell
different.
off.
That was a different.
Yeah.
That wasn't my fault. That was a little girl that cut me off, and I sacrificed my ribs so I didn't kill her. But anyway,
Unnecessary sacrifice.
if anyone in chat right now is a roadie or even a mountain bike has a carbon fiber frame, you impact that frame and it hits concrete and it cracks or damages that frame, it's done. So fortunately, I knew like, okay, I was still clipped in. So when I hit my side, the bike was like, woo, in the air because it was still attached to my feet.
Oh, yeah.
So I knew like my frame was okay. But when you go down, your thought is like, not the frame. It's like,
Me going over every bump.
is your Scott an aluminum frame?
No, it's carbon.
That's right. I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
But wow, that we're really off the rails. Get it? Okay,
Off the clips.
Clip that.
Okay,
Yeah.
last question here, and I know we're running a little bit late, but it's been a while. DSA says, what sport would be the funniest to add a mandatory amount of alcohol to?
Yes.
Darts.
Oh my God. They're already a mandatory. Yeah. At least the last time we played
That's
it.
right. Why is there a dartboard in every bar? I would say golf, but again, that's mandatory.
Yeah.
Road racing.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Formula One.
Or like the what was it like the NASCARs, but they do the street tracks and stuff where there's like actual other turns than left.
Oh, road course when they do
Yeah,
road
road
course.
Yeah, just road course.
Yeah.
Brr.
And if you win the stage, you have to take a mandatory like 2 shots.
Out of the cup. You have to drink out of the cup.
I want to see that in paintball. Just
Mandatory drunk paintball.
Oh my God. At least you wouldn't feel anything.
we're on the same team, dude. I don't know, dude.
How about the long jump?
Can he even jump?
Pole vaulting, dude.
Pole
so many
vaulting
people
drunk.
would die.
No, that's too dangerous.
Shot put.
OSHA's gonna have
Someone
something to
said
say about
chess. Could you imagine drunk
Chess?
chess?
Yeah, dude.
No, they would just be guys sitting there going.
And then fighting. Yeah.
Could you imagine Carl Magnuson drunk playing chess? He would still beat everybody.
Could you
Drunk
imagine
curling.
trying to beat up the IBM supercomputer? Gary Kasparov's over there just punching a
I'm with
server
Ikea on
rack.
this one. Drunk curling.
Drunk.
No.
Yeah.
Fun fact. Dimitri in chat says drunk hockey would be extra violent. Did you guys know that OG hockey back in the 60s, they used to drink vodka and smoke cigars in the sideline when they weren't on the ice?
That's funny.
Now, if you know anything about hockey, you know the players only spend about a minute on the ice, so they're constantly turning over the lines. That means they only have like 2 minutes to sit there and drink their vodka and smoke their cigars. But yeah, they absolutely used to be drunk on the ice.
Maybe I'll learn to skate if that's our hockey league.
Company outing vlog. We need to go ice skating.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Now that my knee is better, I've told Brian like I want to
Now
go
that my
ice
knee's
skating.
better, it's time to fix that.
What about everyone
I'm not
else's
gonna-
knees?
Well, I'm not gonna do it when I'm like broken. Someone quoted me saying Carl Magnuson. Is Carl not his first name? I thought it was Magnuson. Or I know Magnuson's his last name, but was his first name Carl? Something Magnuson.
I think we already do drunk PC building. That's not a sport.
That's not fun. That's just work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just work when I'm not making a video. It's drunk PC building.
Yeah. Or the dang it, I didn't do the thermal paste right, and this is like the third time taking it out part.
Drunk hockey's the only way to play.
Drunk BMX. Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, speaking of drunk, that's the end of today's show. See, perfectly sober already.
Yep.
Totally tober. Look at that.
Totally
Ready to
tober.
go. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us today. RTFM show Fridays at 2 p.m. Don't foresee any shows
It's
coming up.
Magnus Carlsen, so you did spooner it.
Okay, there we go. Whatever. Magnus Carlsen. That's what it is.
Carl
Magnus.
Magnuson. That's funny.
Same
'cause
guy.
That's still a valid name. Carl Magnuson.
Carl Magnuson. Yeah, there we go. No, Magnuson was a GT driver. Yeah, that's right. Drove for Chevy, I think it was, or not Chevy, but it was a Corvette. I think he drove. But anyway, moving on. I don't think there's anything coming up in the near future that'll postpone the show again. Although I am going to be having a surgery here soonish. Don't know exactly when, which will put some things on hold. But we'll cross that bridge when they hatch. Okay. So moving on, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us today.